And Caminito Pintoresco. Engine 18. 7 Echo. 7 Foxtrot. And Caminito Pintoresco.
All right. I believe we're live. Happy Leap Day.
116 Keen 1150.
Happy Leap Day.
Yes, sorry to say to everyone, or one of you so far, SteadyWeb, we are unfortunately taking you away from your Disneyland stream. I'm sorry. We actually went to Disneyland and ran into a Disneyland streamer. Do you want to do your thing there?
Yeah.
So we saw a Disneyland streamer. It was kind of cringeworthy. She was just this woman by herself and her virtual friends in the interwebs, and I don't know. I think that she was probably flying in the face of YouTube rules on putting children on without their parents' permission. But whatever.
Yeah, maybe watching her. She was something Dottie Land or something. And look her up.
Right. So you've noticed the scene change. We have a new screen layout, if based on complaints now and feedback. So we have new toys to play with. So we've got a pulse point pop up. Ooh, we'll see how reliable that is. There she is.
I have to do that.
No, you were just on. There you go. I'll put a pulse point away. There we are.
Okay.
So if I put pulse point up, I get covered up. Nice, huh? And then we have the mini chopper map with where's the choppers. I don't see any choppers. And then we have CHP CAD, a little bit bigger. I tried to dork with the fonts there, but there's only so much I can do. And then we have, we're not going to use it today, but on weather events, we have a weather map with a forecast. And we have the big map of aircraft. And then we have traffic. I don't know if we'll ever use that, but there it is.
Yeah, we don't seem to eat.
That's the new stuff. What do you think? So now we're looking for our first call, and I put pulse point up. That would be appropriate over my face.
Yeah. As long as it's over your face.
Traffic collision. We've got a, what is that? A hazardous condition, a hazmat investigation. So a couple random things.
231, would you be able to assist for
All right. Shall we go somewhere?
Yeah.
We're going to see what kind of lunchtime mayhem the world can provide for us. And we're just here to show it to you.
Yeah,
So there you go.
I was talking to my father earlier before we went out, and he was like, "Why are you guys going out now? It's daytime. Nothing's going on." I said, "No, there's actually a lot going on because there's just more people out there, more people on the roads, more people just causing disturbances." And he said, "Yeah, I guess that makes sense. And by the evening, they're all passed out." So, yeah, we just heard of some calls.
It's a security guard, different security guard. So, if you have not guessed our location, maybe if you haven't guessed our location, we're at the Secret Squirrel Orbiting Headquarters at Grossmont Center because it's got a good view to start out with. And we were here last night. There was a call. We were actually out cruising last night. We didn't stream, but shot a couple videos, which we still have to edit and put up. But there was a call. It was like a short pursuit that came out from El Cajon from Dick's Sporting Goods. It was like a robbery, or maybe you said it was a stolen car. And they ended up at Jackson Drive here, right by Grossmont Center, when they had the ramps shut down. So we came up here because you can kind of see the ramp from up high. And I got my camcorder out, and I got my press badge around my neck like this. And security guard comes up and he starts giving me a hard time. The mall's closed. You're going to have to leave. And I tell him, I'm media. And he said, let me see your badge.
We like this.
It's the first person that's ever asked for a badge was this old 75-year-old toothless security guard on a golf cart.
I think he was more like 90, but yeah, he was great. But, yeah, and then before that, we saw like a car into a massage parlor over in Lemon Grove. And
Yeah.
ran into 619, so chatted up. So
You
that
can see that on Cydio.tv.
Yeah,
Clips of that
I
one.
gave him
It's up
that.
there.
But yeah, okay, but we'll head up now. But yeah, no, the Red Lobster is closed.
Sorry, no more dead lobsters.
That wasn't a great location, but yeah, it's that
It
was
was
there
a-
for years.
It was a bad location for bad food.
Hey, City Web might like Red Lobster, but yeah. So okay, well, we'll see. I don't know if it'll be as exciting as Disneyland because I mean, come on, that's pretty hard to beat, but we'll see. We'll see the shenanigans out here in San Diego today. Okay, let me try to turn this off. I think I do this. Okay.
There you go. All right. Blank out all the.
Go back to here.
Let's see here.
1120.
All right.
Nestor Way, apartment 306. Okay, we're done for.
Where are we going?
It's going to be taking a hand information to RP from Meals on Wheels Delivery.
Yeah, there's a collision in Old Town, but I don't think we want to go to that. And that looked like it was almost an hour ago, right?
Yeah, it's too old.
Yeah.
King John and 459 alarm at 312.
Oh shit! What's this? Gotta get my chat up on my phone. But
There's this crack security team right there. They've got high-speed golf carts. That's not the late shift guy that we ran into, but I'm sure he has a high security app on his phone that has the situation of the mall. That's why he's sitting there playing with his phone. I'm sure. Pretty sure.
Information all
so is my phone audio? Is it coming through? Just
I'm sure
I can't hear it. But yeah, I think it's all the way down from that. We'll see. Tell us, of course, about the audio. So, oh, hey, Collie. Hey. Thanks for joining us. Yesterday, onto work, saw a covered dead guy at the downtown end of 163. But didn't hear about that one.
Yeah, I believe it was a fatality accident, right?
Yeah, when was that?
Yesterday, last night. I don't know.
Well, on his way to work. We were probably either taking the kids to school or sleeping.
Okay. 527 Kingdom on 12594. It's been holding since midnight, 23 hours last night, 114th Street, apartment 1304. Neighbor from apartment 1303 was banging on RP's door while holding a 4-inch piece of broken glass. They took the decoration off the RP's door and broke it, yelling that she would kill the RP.
Stuff between glasses and sunglasses.
With purple and green hair.
Can we turn a little
both at the same time.
turn a little AC on here? Oh, 911 got that video. Yeah, sure he did.
Nevada 528 John 60.
1543 in Polk for a male trying to get into underground.
Do you know, was it a homeless guy? They seem to be a lot of them crossing the freeways.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Checking for units in Southwest. Check the welfare 444 G Street for a patient that hasn't been showing up for appointments lately.
CRT 61. Are you able to log me off, please?
Court 61 FR.
Cover thanks.
You're welcome. Stationary.
23 King.
What is it? Okay, I'm blinking on that storm for tab.
That's the monitor.
Oh, that's just the thing. Okay.
Department 18. I advised the patient recently had his animal now has been showing up there. Appointments not answering the phone. Gregory Manel, blackmail 55, 59, and 6. He does belong.
I see CHP sitting on the side of the 8 west there, right at Jackson. I don't know if it's a speed trap. He's fishing. He's got the bait out. He's waiting for a nibble. There he is.
We're like,
Do I do burnout right here?
yeah, right, go for it. I've been implementing this mandatory walking program for me and Bill because we were just really lazy. And so at La Masita Park, there's a cop always parked under the bridge there, and they actually got a guy. I mean, pulled him over. So it was a homeless hit and run. Yeah, that seems to go hand in hand, or I don't know how often they
Just info for motor units on the hazard. Northbound 5 ramp at La Jolla Village. There's a metal plate on the off ramp within northbound 5 at La Jolla Village station.
Information for unit C is going to be 10-4 on a metal plate on the off ramp of the 5 north at La Jolla Village Drive. Station A.
21 John, so far I'm UTO.
So far, ETL 10-4.
Two off Intervention 52. Chemical.
Yeah,
6 Delta. 677 G Street.
there are other people out there to cover the hardcore news. We're here to cover the softcore news.
6 Charlie. 6 Delta.
Yeah, last night there was also a possible arsonist right around College Grove, and they're in between 54th and University in that area. It was a lot of these little garbage refuse fires or whatever, and they said it was a possible arsonist, and they had the police kind of roaming, looking for him. We kind of looked for him, but I mean, didn't see anything.
Then we heard over the scanner that, media is 97 remain on scene, which I assume that they had to be talking about us because we were the only one parked there. But the fact that they assumed that we were going to wait there is pretty funny. And we did end up waiting there. We were
They knew our MO.
like junior ground girls.
Burn is
But yeah.
591 Quebec. Can we get a 1016 incident, 330 Park, please?
330 Park, 10-4.
111 George, your plate is 29, current 16 Volkswagen out of Chula Vista.
10-4.
Okay, yeah, and I might have to. I have to go.
If you want to see what's happening there, you can just look here once in a while.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it on your phone.
Sure. Yeah. And I know I'm not muted, but I do have to go pee already. But there's
Oh my God.
no shame in that because I had
It's been like 10 minutes.
oh well, yeah, and I also chugged this sugar-free cranberry cherry thing mixed with ginger ale. Like all the juices I like to add ginger ale to them. So they're not.
Got spare tire on this trailer. It's like wobbling all around. Seems like it wants to fall off.
Quite a bit of medication. It's just going to be
Yeah.
cold
So it's a good thing we're right next to it, right?
Arizona trailer. He's going 20 miles over his speed limit, which is 55.
So 21 Sim, can I have you 10-4?
The zonies. Is it legal how he has his license plate sideways and on the part of the field?
Probably not, but I don't think he cares that much, I'm guessing.
34 Keith 9.
I got a mic click from 952 Edward. I was just confirming if medics need to respond to that address for
Okay. I've been running to Starbucks here.
315 John from Commander W South 1015.
Okay, today's a special stream. We're only going to go one exit on each freeway. We're going to go to the next exit after this.
Yeah. I think Colleen said it will forgive us.
Appreciate your forgiveness.
Okay.
Over here on the right is the local homeless encampment. They've even like painted rocks and stuff in there too. They've decorated.
Yeah, we should park over here one time and just walk around this area because it is pretty elaborate. Okay, I like that building here that's just covered with graffiti.
Yeah, so how do you spot an arsonist? What does an arsonist look like besides carrying a tiki torch and a gas can? I think you know, when they're talking to themselves and walking around in circles, saying you know, I'm gonna burn this place. I'm gonna burn this place down. This place doesn't deserve to be here. It needs to burn. That's my first indication.
I just think it's kind of random that they seem to be just targeting like this little trash can in this little park, sort of in the back of the park.
Please do 1185. That's my location for the hit and run section. It's going to be the Nissan and
10 for any special equipment.
we'll play.
I'll be quick, and then I'm sure you'll find some big call, right?
All right,
Like so.
out you go.
Yeah, find a call.
Let's climb up that ladder. Bathroom's up there.
Okay.
Bathroom patrol. He's going to check out what the situation is. Going to do a live cam from the toilet. Starbucks getting an upgrade, a facade, as it were. All right, so let's take a look and see. Since now is the time where we're supposed to use our fancy widgets on the stream, let's take a look and see what's on Pulse Point. I haven't been paying attention to it. Not much. Nothing new in like almost an hour on Pulse Point. That's pretty crazy. How about the choppas? There's one choppa off Point Loma there, which probably means military or Coast Guard or something. But Able is not up. And what's up in CHP? It's so small I can't read it myself. Still just that accident on Old Town. That's kind of old. So what's everybody been up to? Are you working? Are you avoiding work? Or are you officially not working? All right. Bathroom break accomplished.
The other parking structure over the concourse.
Okay.
No, he's coming into this one right now.
25 James. This is not a 20,002.
Number
Cover 20,002.
Doing is still down on the group that he was hanging out with. Let's just keep an eye on her.
We also heard last night on the scanner, fully naked man walking around on Elkhorn Boulevard by 40th, walking a few blocks, just, swinging in the breeze, letting it all hang out there.
Yeah. I'm bummed we missed that one. Not because I want to see that, because I think it would be good for the street. Well, I wonder.
Continue to search.
Continue code for on site.
116.
If you could get that on live stream and blur,
Right, clinic 32 of BLS 31 responding.
you could blur that shit out on the live stream.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to do in real time.
Yeah, that's what. That's what I was wondering if that's a
It's called zoom out, zoom out.
capability you have. So I went in there. They must.
Unit
They
R
must have looked like
1042.
kind of desperate, because the priest was like, "You need the restroom code." I'm like, anything?
No, we just checked pulse point. Nothing.
645K.
Nothing on pulse point in the last hour.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There's a curve on Mission Center Road is around the other side of that canyon.
That's right here, Mission Center Road, other side of that canyon. It's a medical call. So it was on the medical channel. I think they're down looking for somebody that was, whatever, sick person medical call. Probably a homeless person down an embankment or something.
Yeah, I would think.
But they're just looking.
Stuff for the UC guys. Where are you going to
The UC guys. That's undercover.
75111 Temple Beat 723, the Irish.
Oh, it is?
Mm-hmm.
2017 Kia Soul, plate of 7, yellow Williams.
They don't usually talk on unencrypted channels.
RP's insurance advised that the vehicle is showing in Mexico. In the event 40650 to TRU Station
20 yards up?
It's shaky.
11 Vegas cover for 6 813 2930 Louisiana Street.
I have to work on that.
50 California plate. AC Mary King 866 will be at 1700 4th Avenue.
10-4. State 11 Baker Chosen Route. Do I have a unit to cover?
821 John.
821 John 10-4. State 11 John 10-4.
.245 John, 234 Baker, if you can cover on a check the welfare, 9992 Scripps Ranch Boulevard.
We do have an updated address of 3100 Armstrong Street, first parking lot.
Expired back in 2022, suspended effective 5/1 of 2023.
Engine 28 Metro.
You're welcome.
All right, it sounds like for a colleague, we're going to have to start a Dono fundraising drive.
Um,
To get, I'm thinking smart car, something tiny there, so you can get to drive-throughs.
Yeah.
You can lift it if you want, a lifted smart car, be okay. Just don't, do the offset rims, be okay.
Yeah.
We've tried a few different scanner apps there. We've tried a few different scanner apps. Most of the scanner apps get their audio from Broadcastify. So It's really, you're not going to hear anything different. You're listening to on the stream. There's a website called Open Megahertz or OpenMHC.com, which works most of the time. But it gives you a little more information. You can control what you're listening to a little better.
Sounds like it might be a possible 2
And here in the car, we have an actual scanner, an actual antenna. Actually.
So hi, Karina J. I don't recognize you from before, but do you know StudyWeb? Are you watching the Disneyland feed as well? Because I see Mickey as your icon.
2933 North. 33 North, check the welfare. It sounds like it might be a 211-9992 Scripps Ranch Boulevard.
Monster smart car, yeah. As long as you don't get one of those Tesla trucks.
Yeah, anybody got a Tesla Cybertruck they want to loan us? So we can live stream from a Tesla Cybertruck.
050.
Have it full auto drive itself off a cliff, lock us in, and get on fire.
Yeah.
I don't know, mark my word, but I'll bet you there's going to be, eventually there'll be like some federal government, stepping in to force them to put a mechanical door release on the inside of those things, because it's a electric button and an actuator to get out of the car. So when the car just completely dies, can't get out of the thing. So you're screwed. I mean, there's been several cases of people locked in the thing and burned to death. It's happened. So thousands of more cases where people were just locked in, but nothing bad happened. They just got locked in their car for a little bit. But I don't know. Right now, if I was in one of those things, I'd have one of those little glass breaker hammers so I can smash the window and get the hell out.
Yeah. I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything going on right now. So yeah. Yeah. No. So who are these other Bob's Disney Adventures and Danny Duck? Are these other watchers of live streams? No, I'm responding.
Industrial Boulevard, South Street. Chula Vista Engine 65. Then Chula Vista Medic 60. Echo. 6 Foxtrot.
721 Mary, I'm with them.
Or maybe they're the ones doing the stream.
Can you add Medic 41?
Medic 41, of course.
People are always doing
Can you run that Kentucky license plate first? Nora 16824-952.
Oh, they're okay.
It's a clown type mask. He's recording people inside the floral shop. Female staff
They're Disney streamers. Okay.
He claims to record random subjects as a hobby.
And 723 John Baja plate comes back 29.
Engine 17. 7 Echo. 7 Foxtrot. 4170 48th Street. 4170 48th Street. Unit 3. Cross Street. Oak Avenue. And Orange Avenue. Engine 17. 7 Echo. 7 Foxtrot.
11 John, I'm going 97.
811 Toronto for 97 in Louisiana.
11 Baker from block.
811 Baker's not far from a block.
111 George from code 4.
Code from Balboa, 10-4. 713 King, the Kentucky P5 you gave me does come back. Showing out of Kentucky.
Yeah, boy, thanks.
245 Delta, being a follow-up A545 Flanders Drive, and I'm going.
So
48545
We're only going to do this street
1042.
once every 4 years.
Okay. Oh.
Do you get the joke? That's called a Corona.
933.
That's right. It's a leap day. It's a leap day joke.
Yeah.
You know, it's vehicle 2539. Did you have traffic?
RSV 935, 1042.
Temper.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna try to find this Dodgy Land, the Disneyland streamer we saw who was riding the Teacups, and we were in her stream.
San Diego 721.
Oh, it's funny, but
Not intentionally.
I'm wondering. Yeah, not intentionally, but
Incidentally.
I'm wondering how people can afford to do that.
You can
Go to Disneyland every week.
I mean,
You probably just get like some annual pass or something.
yeah, which means you can just go unlimited times, I guess.
I guess so.
Can I get an ambulance started over here to
So there was we're going by, this morning, I think it was like 6 a.m. or something. There was a fire up here on the right, inside of one of the parking garages. There's probably nothing to see at this point, but there was that was one of 911 videos. I actually saw the call on Pulse Point when I got up this morning, and I'm like, oh man, that sounds like a good one.
That does.
But it was, see, a dump truck get. But it was a like a hybrid, like a shuttle bus. It was a hybrid. If that matters, but it caught on fire, burning inside the garage. So that's like,
I'll be in the box with her.
934 on 10
Yeah.
not good.
I would call it Lambo doors on a Mustang. So the door can't open out.
No, like
But
the switchblade doors, or what do they call it?
I'd love to see
Scissor
that.
doors.
If you can't post pictures in this
No.
stream chat. Okay. Maybe you can send us a picture on
If you have like,
IG.
yeah, if you have like a IG account, you can just put your handle and chat there.
NPD unit with a truck to Central, please.
Or if you don't want us to, or if you don't want to share it with the world, you can always use our link tree on our thing here on YouTube, or about or bio page or whatever the hell. There's a link tree link, and there's some different platforms. There's our IG there, so you can DM us on the IG.
We're gonna be in the one.
So I'm looking for the burnt bus. You see the burnt bus? I don't see no burnt bus.
Not seeing the burnt bus.
Any burnt buses inside.
The truck monitoring, switch over to Central.
They removed the burnt bus quickly.
NPD unit with truck 4.
MPD unit with a truck to Central.
Gentlemen contacting you. Hey, Lauren John Temple, we're contacting.
Here's the tow truck. Maybe a tow truck's there to remove the burnt bus.
Oh.
Two 242 Sam, can you be 10 on that? Check the welfare for Scripps Ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We already followed you or whatever on
Yeah.
IG, so you can message us there. So you have pictures of your switchblade or scissor doors or whatever they call them.
That sounds cool.
Did you put those on? I just wonder how hard those are. It seems like major surgery to convert a door to open that way. Or they're pretty much bolt up. I don't know.
Hey. Yes, Eddie. Let's see what kind of funny traffic hazards we have today.
10-4, is there a Ranger unit available that can assist with transport to HQ?
Any Ranger units monitoring on Central?
It was a funny one earlier. It was a mattress and then some wood in the lanes. It said wood with sharp objects out of it. And I was thinking, I mean, like nails? What kind of sharp object?
415 V845. 114 King and 1147 on your VW stop is Claremont Drive in Merrimack. Male fell and hit his head and is bleeding. We're getting medics started.
14 King, what could be from Genesee?
That's from Genesee and Dare 10-4. 1 kill soon.
1 kill soon, do you have the subject's class?
Let's see how long it takes to get thrown out of a gas station.
Getting a tackle off for beat 528, 1401 Union. This is a follow-up reference in RJ out
Okay.
of Arizona, reference some social media posts.
We'll just pause here for a momento. We can see the latest
10852 in Northeastern's area.
the latest landings.
03 Polaris, unknown male trying to get into the RP's Jeep.
Tim, the dispatcher's
Yeah, that seems to always happen. Whenever if we're hanging out somewhere, as soon as we leave, get 5 minutes down the road, something's going to happen there. But always happens. Seems like, I don't know.
You can convert 97 on that 602 on Louisiana.
10% 4 97 on Louisiana Street. They're now saying that he's not breathing. He does have a dog with him.
Is that his mother is outside?
Okay, we've got
Okay, I think we have the wrong address. This has a date lock on the door.
Southwest in about maybe 30 seconds.
Information you're at 10166 Carefree Drive.
97. What's the location?
Crack the windows so we get a little bit of audio.
Oh, I was gonna say that.
4900 Claremont Drive.
It wouldn't help then though.
The riverbed still has not delivered the placenta. We can't walk her out.
There's going to be
Oh, that's just
The helicopter and the battalion chief. Patient is approximately a half mile in the riverbed and has not delivered the placenta.
wow. They're a half mile into the riverbed delivering a baby right now somewhere. You hear that?
Wow. I think
And they're waiting for the placenta to come out. That's you know what? There's a lot of streamers that might want to cover that, but not us.
Oh, hey. Well, I mean, yeah.
Breathing. Looks like he's going to be.
I wouldn't do it just
Oh my
because
goodness. The riverbed baby.
I've delivered a baby. I don't think anyone wants to see
Can
that.
you name the kid River? Legit?
Maybe.
That would be like the only legit time to name your child River. Okay?
Yeah, that's bad.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we're looking at a Mustang with scissor doors. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. I like the white and black too.
Oh, we're not heading to
That
Vista
looks
for
nice.
Williamstown.
Very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that.
Doc. There you go. Duck, squirrel, goose. Oh God. Yeah. I almost feel like it's that's so odd that it's you know, it's I'll tell you what that is. That's a great story for the newspaper. Not for TV.
Wait for the bus.
Route to Polaris. The male currently between the RP and her vehicle.
I know.
Paper on the door handles.
22, your traffic is broken.
And
Your traffic is broken.
He's just mumbling incoherently.
San Diego, or no, how about Los Angeles? Your traffic is broken.
22, I do not copy. Your traffic is broken.
114, can you go ahead?
Rental van.
Metro engine 23 will be establishing Mission IC. In addition, can you dispatch your utility with the one-wheel patient carrier from station 31?
Oh my God, they're so off-road. They need a one-wheel patient carrier, like a unicycle gurney. You ever seen those? It's like literally like a gurney on a single fat tire on the bottom, so they can take a patient over rough terrain.
Where is this going down again?
Mission Center Road, in the riverbed. There is a child has been born.
I think we should go. You don't see that every day.
You know what? I think we're gonna go just because it's like there's well, why don't you look on your post and open up medical into this?
We could take a poll from our 4 viewers. It's not too far from here.
Yeah.
Narcotics complaint per
Homeless birth. Yeah, it's right here at 12.
Okay, let me. Doc. Another Southwest bus arrives at the terminal.
Mission IC, do you have a landing zone identified and do you need a first responder?
They're gonna have an LZ. Holy crap! So this is more like Hazard Center. Okay. Well,
LZ.
Landing zone. In other words, they're bringing a helicopter in for this lady, which is kind of odd. I mean, probably plenty of hospitals in striking distance there.
Well, yeah.
What's the fastest way to get on 5 North?
Yeah, we gotta check this out. I'm looking it up.
Okay, great.
To go back to get directions from here.
I mean, if nothing else, helicopters are cool, but I can't believe they would fly a helicopter to Mission Valley to transport somebody. That doesn't really make sense. I think I should go up on this street, whatever this is. Forget the name of it.
234 Baker, 41 truck, car, clear.
No, that did not work.
Can I get the last 5, please?
From on 9th Avenue, it's 405.
Because now I have to go right.
10-4.
Well, I guess I could go 63 North.
Now inside of her vehicle.
That's the way to get it done.
Medical. 9 Delta. 9 Medical. 8078 Hummingbird Lane. 8078 Hummingbird LN. Cross Street. Meadowlark Drive. Utility 84. 9 Delta. 9 Echo.
Yeah, it is saying to take the 5 south to the 163.
The bump ramp.
I'll have her come over.
10 minutes to the 163.
We're code 4. Could we get medics started for a 40-year-old male, conscious, breathing, not clammy, potentially having a seizure?
Different. 96 Quebec. I believe fire's looking for you on that 60-year-old.
Another jet. That one's, well, that's like a, what kind of, it's like an Embraer or something. It's not a Boeing. There used to be a saying with Boeing, like when Airbus started to become a major, aircraft manufacturer on the scene. The old school guys would say, if it's not Boeing, I'm not going. This was the time when like Airbus first started. They had like a fly-by-wire, it was all electrical control of everything. So, it was They had some crashes actually where the airplane took over and the pilot couldn't do what they wanted it to. So yeah, if it's not Boeing, I'm not going. But I think they need to update that to something like if it is Boeing, others aren't going, or so, I don't know.
Chronic issue.
Yeah, that's fine.
To some people. And we're in traffic.
Just trying to put in the exact coordinates. Now I need to cab up. Now I need to cab up.
3169229.
Cab on. I need to cab up on.
114 King, you had California B5, Nora 316922.
B5, Edward 1265968.
Center.
I'm just wondering, is there any time of day where this merge at the 163, 4 lanes down to 1, is there any time of day where this is not backed up?
Probably not, I'm going to say.
Commissioner Ivey?
Yeah, pretty good. So you ran all that ice here in the staging location behind engine 23 on Mission Center Road.
In this to open stage rescue, updated location for smoking units, Mission Center Road.
Hey, I have, yeah, but we're on Mission Center Road. Well, we have
How's it doing, Edward?
approximately, so. Says we'll be there in 7 minutes.
It's probably a bad data area. I know.
How's it doing, Edward?
Yeah, oh,
Not that anything's moving very fast.
24 conditions at 30th and Toronto. If anyone, we're going to need another paging vehicle. There's not be another vehicle.
yeah, so if you're just tuning in, thanks so much for giving us a chance. Say hi.
Engine 18, Truck 28, and use R2. Open space rescue. 9 Delta, 9 Echo, 7,285.79, Mission Center Road. Cross Street, 7 Court, and Interstate 805 southbound. Engine 18, Truck 28, and use R2. 9 Delta, 9 Echo.
Does that location match up with what you see?
Is there a couple in for what's coming as a law for you? I have absolutely no details.
36 that's affirmative. You're responding with engine 45.
The male still trying to open the BMWs.
33-year-old male conscious
They all
breathing.
have male.
1145 attempt
Oh,
yesterday.
you hear that?
This person has not.
That's a medical call, but the guy just amputated all his fingers with a saw.
Oh.
That's like makes you cringe. I had a teacher, an instructor once that he was missing 3 of his 4 fingers on one of his hands, and I finally got up the nerve to ask him how that happened, and it was the same thing. Saw it like a circular table saw accident.
So far, we're trying to transfer to medics.
So yeah, if you're just watching, say hi. Tell us where you're watching from. We're going to a riverbed birth live.
There's Southern Sergeant monitoring the B-10 on the.
And we'll see what it looks like.
Well, I mean,
Obviously,
I could imagine. We're going to leave what it actually looks like up to your imagination.
yeah, and obviously respect the woman's privacy. So
Well, yeah, but the interesting thing is when they said that they're going to try to establish an LZ, like a landing zone, which sounds like they're going to fly a medevac in there, which is,
yeah,
it's all sounding very crazy for what it should be.
9 Delta, 9 Echo, 7,285.79, Mission Center Road. Cross Street.
Okay, so what am I going to take, fryers here?
yeah. Yeah, Friars Road.
232, John. Can you?
So I'm gonna let you give us the turn by turn directions into this.
Yeah.
MR 81, 10-4.
10-4.
Does he want to be in the far lane? Yeah. Friars Road.
So this one?
Oh, yeah.
1085 111 10 for beat 712 115 West Hall Avenue. Dergery 2013
I think sent the address a few times, but I haven't gotten the chance to
There's just going to be a
make note of it. So I'm hoping to see ambulances or any sort of sign of something going down.
14 King. Flower 28 will be transporting them out to Scripps La Jolla.
Well, the robot voice said like near the 805.
But that's all the way over there, though.
Well, Mission Center Road. So. So I assume we're going east.
Yeah.
That's the blood that's on the concrete. Harmony's going to ask for.
It can be approximately a foot and a half in length. Just trailing the internal line.
Johnson for 2 plates.
Confirm, go ahead.
8 yellow north.
Okay, so what's your direction say now?
Right here.
Okay.
Adam Boyd Charles 263.
934 John 197.
That's for Playa 10-4. Update on the 5150 call holding out at 624 at Alsane School, 4027 Normal Street. The air called back to advise that the student's hitting himself. The staff's trying to restrain him.
It says to go here at left on Hazard Center. But I think we need a pullover. I think I need your help to see this address because I didn't get that.
17. 7 Echo. 7 Foxtrot.
5150 violent call holding.
714 Delta 197, female conscious of breathing.
245 John will be in Route 34 Baker. You can cover on the check the welfare 117.
All right.
So 4 route.
714 Delta 10-4 confirming you're on the
Taco truck here.
Yeah, from work across the street from the fire station. I think I can walk over.
611 Sam, I'm sorry, were you saying you were 10-4 or were you saying something else?
10-4.
Everything.
We did have another RP call in
So you look down
advising
on
screaming inside the garage for the past
Sweet.
hour. They heard 2 different voices, possibly a couple.
The river's actually
And do you know if
somewhat full,
Yeah, they're walking across the street now.
I would say.
Anything.
170 King?
23 King?
I think it's going to be closer to the 805 like they just said.
700 grand with 110-4.
Yeah.
So I'll go on Camino de la.
Can we get additional unit location? Non-urgent.
Oh, I see. Because the 805. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. See, they're saying it's right there, but that's actually saying it's at a.
Victor King 9 submitted.
I'll check around the room for you. 10 on 6, a female with history of bipolar.
They're saying here it's at Holstrom High School. But you said, yeah, the updated. You said it was
Folsom High School.
right here, but you're saying yeah, didn't I heard it was somewhere over here.
Narcotics K9 to Southern. Narcotics K9 to Southern. Negative.
It's going to be 9 King Victor King 947.
Actually,
I'm at scene here with car 28 and 28 by your rig.
but Mission Center Road crosses 805 way up here.
Narcotics K9 to Southern. Narcotics K9 to Southern.
We're making our way out on foot right now.
Okay, they're making their way out on foot.
Probably 500 or 600 yards out. I think we're going to be okay with what we have. You can release the other units.
There should be a
Okay, copy that.
Thank you.
You don't need any assistance from another crew to carry it out, and then are we good canceling the open space rescue?
That made homicidal and suicidal statements this morning to a nurse.
So it sounds like they're starting to carry her out, but they've got like almost 2 football fields of carrying a patient to do. So it's going to take them a little bit.
2762, are you answering up for the narcotics K9?
Yeah, from the unit that's happening for that can meet me D2.
10-4. 725 John.
Metro, 1 Metro.
So we'll see if we can circle around the block and find where they are.
086 Avenida Venusto.
7 Juliet. 7 Kilo. 2400 6th Avenue, 11 Jane Condo, Cross Street, Talia Street, and El Prado. Engine 3. Enter clock. 7 Juliet, 7 Kilo.
The narcotics canine is asking for either him or probably you to switch to D2, please.
Pepper, I'll switch.
So this one goes through, right? Just kind of zigzagging at all the streets that cross the river here.
Few yards to the ambulance at the patient counselor.
112.
Traffic control, Mission Center Road.
Can you be 10-4-114 King?
Saying Mission Center Road, so
47 is for a 1.5 foot long trail of
I
blood.
feel like it's going to be back that way. That's Mission Center Road, the one to the,
Yeah.
because it's connector.
10-4, it's on the sidewalk.
14 King?
114 King, A firm. Wilson 10-4.
Now there's like no connection from these little streets here to those other streets. Which is annoying. We just have to end up going back out to Friar. Oh, right turn only. Dang it, I'm screwed.
Yeah, this proves that I think that Mission Valley is like the Bermuda Triangle.
Pretty much. I think this Friars Road, I think this used to be the main, well, before the 8 existed, I think that Elko Boulevard was the main thoroughfare across the county.
Oh, really?
But I think this was kind of like on the other side of the river type of trail.
You're gonna get stuck in here.
Huh?
Or you're not turning left, are you?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get stuck in this little triangle thing.
I can't hop back on Friars going the other direction.
1530 Sam Register.
Sure.
Oh, here, okay.
Code for on Grand 10-4, 121 1020. 10-4.
314 John Levine. 184 with fire mission center in the 805.
Engine 201 Metro, copy, Simmer.
1530 Sam Radio.
So Mission Center Road is what we're aiming
7
for.
Hotel. 7
And there's some
6867 Crest Drive. North Lake Maria. Unit IFO. Cross Street. Jackson Drive. And Gulf Crest Place. Engine 34. 7 Hotel. 7
a
India.
collision in La Mesa. So if we just cannot find these guys, we might head to La Mesa soon.
Yeah, because if they're talking about Mission Center Road by the 805, there ain't no river there.
Well, they didn't say, I don't know if they said river, they said open space, or it's a type of rescue is open space. But where did,
Angel 14, just read the update. If Chris Moreno does call back.
Yeah, you'll come up here and then, exit on.
Mission Center Road right here?
No, keep going.
So, LA Fitness.
Yeah.
If there's a Eastern that can cover 1183 6867 Gulf Crest. Wait for a white pickup truck to hit a parked vehicle.
Next one should be.
Sorry, I couldn't copy your last one. Did you need
Yeah.
information on?
You guys have a call for 911 hang up with that female that's calling from the front counter, please.
24 John shows are now
Then I
in
guess
Eastern that
take it up to where it intersects the 805, right?
Well, well, I guess we could go right, go up the hill,
Didn't they say it was closer to 805?
I'll check with Mid City for a cover unit.
10-4, thank you.
Mid City, this is Eastern. Checking to see if there's a cover unit that can assist for 1183-6867 Gulf Crest. If you can, advise your dispatchers switch over to Eastern.
91 King, it's me, 1181.
10-4 will be 1181.
Yeah, you'd think there would be a bunch of, rescue stuff over there by the river if it had anything to do with there, but I suspect
Yeah,
you're right, it's up here.
we looked up and down that river and we didn't see anything. So, sure.
Originally, the interface requesting for a student to sign staff at school. Advise that student is made at full located at school. It's going to be Roberto, Spanish male juvenile, 12 years old, in camp. He's diagnosed with autism.
Yeah, so when Pulse Point gives you the location, it might be right. They're just going off the address that whatever agency originally put in the CAD there, but it's not always right. But if they're talking about it on the radio.
Available motor unit on Eastern.
Do you have any Edward units monitoring that can assist with this?
What is the code?
Code 810-100.
What is that code?
For Medic 30, short Chula Vista.
Do you have any Edward units monitoring that can assist with this 5150 Violent call normal?
721 King, Medic 30 to Chula Vista.
10-4, Medic 30, Sharp Chula Vista.
Oh my God.
For any Edward units, and I don't see any logged on.
Show us code 4 on the CC at 600 60th Street, 60th Street.
Motor units switch over to Eastern, please. Any motor units switch over to Eastern.
600 60th Street, 60th Street.
10-4.
2017, can they advise if they're in a classroom, in an office, or where they're?
Motor unit for Eastern, motor unit for
There goes an ambulance. I bet you that's the patient.
There's an available motor unit switch over to Eastern, please. Any motor unit switch over to Eastern.
Yeah, that's where it was. I see a fire truck casually leaving the scene here.
Oh, okay.
So we missed it by that much. So yeah, so the radio call, whatever they say on the radio is the truth. That's as much as they know. Whatever's on Pulse Point.
No response to for motor unit. Did you want me to check the bus?
Whatever's on Pulse Point is what the best address they had when they entered it in the CAD, and it could be changed, but they'll give updates on the radio. So always believe the radio. They know what numbers they say. So this is an interesting little area. I've not actually been up in here very much. I might have driven down this road once.
I've actually never been up this road either. It is really pretty.
So this is the 805 decks right above us here. We're going onto the 805. I not gone through.
But it looks like a crappy data area though.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Okay.
Regrouping.
And then here's Murray Ridge Road.
Yeah, I've never been on that stretch of road. It's really pretty. Now we probably missed some things trying to get to the.
Well, there's Gulf Crest Drive, TC. All right, let me pull over and look at that for a moment.
Okay.
As the
Truck 45, medical, 7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot, 4520 Alvarado Canyon Road,
right.
Unit 357, Cross Street, Alvarado Canyon Road.
Fire's asking if they're cleared in.
Medics can join 22.
10-4, let them know.
And we're going to be on the 4th floor, just in case we're 10-1.
10-4 on the 4th floor.
One 15 King, if you reserve for a check of welfare beat 116 2540 Claremont Drive, Unit 208.
Okay, the weird thing is that traffic collision on Gulf Crest. Oh, there it is. It already cleared. So I don't think they ever went to it.
I'll double check with them.
Possibly, yeah.
So we're back to looking for things. Okay, what is
Yeah.
this? Palm Avenue traffic collision. That's going to be like IB or something, right? Yeah.
And for you,
We have medium data here, but you know the picture's not moving, so it should be okay.
531 10-4.
RSP 531, so
Had a dead dog on a 215. Oh, Temecula.
Yeah, you can filter that out.
How do I do that?
1945. 7 Echo. 7 Fox.
Another medical call. Medical. You go like this. See, searches, custom. I already did this, but it forgets this setting. And then you got to go down here. Today's lesson on CHP-CAT is sponsored by SETIweb. And you select those two, El Cajon and San Diego, and then you hit the go button. And then you just get San Diego and El Cajon. There you go.
Okay.
This and
Answer response. Bill 10 to handle.
this and many other valuable life lessons of using the web can be found on SETIweb's website. And if you join his membership for only $799 per month, you'll get the first month free.
That's funny. Yeah. Okay. So I'm only gonna say. So yeah, I'll only chat up the chat, and if I see more than 10 people, I'll just remind them to subscribe and like.
This is a really, really bad data area.
Okay.
I can't believe it since we're so high up.
Okay, maybe we should move to a better data area.
Yeah.
Apparently they give us the completely wrong location, so they're actually at Brady and Friars Road.
204 Baker Tucker.
233 John, is any Aussie monitoring?
Any happy monitoring?
Hello, Tita. I like your username.
If you've seen John, apparently
Thanks for watching.
so they're actually at Brady and Friars.
We're going to go into contact and continue payload.
10-4, I'll get turned around and head over there.
I messed up my CAD now on my phone.
So you can just use that right there if you want. We have multiple CADs.
Hot 2 minutes Eastern, hot 2 minutes
Ew.
What do we have in here? Our equipment list. We've got an iPad, 3 phones, scanner, a hotspot. I think that's about it. I mean, well, there's also other cameras and crap. How's this data area? Not great. Poor, but better than the previous data area.
Hey, Tita. Where are you watching from? Thank you so much for subscribing.
I feel like that, like metal lift gate on the back.
John, you can put me on the alarm at 1501 Imperial so far.
10-4, code 4, 1501 Imperial.
Kind of a slow lunchtime today. Sometimes things go. Mute that. Just tack one channel. Or nothing really interesting, but so anyways, yeah, sometimes it goes off at lunchtime and there's like, all kinds of accidents, things, police action. But I guess everybody's just in awe of it being a date that they don't usually see on their calendar. Get it? Another leap day joke.
It's really bad.
I'm full of them. I've got a lot of them. I'm here every Thursday, every 4 years.
Like yesterday, we had a naked guy on the loose. But yeah, today not so much.
Now we got great data all of a sudden. That's weird.
So West Coast, TDUS is in the West Coast.
Yeah. Well, so are we.
So are we. Yeah. Oh, you have a relative here. Yeah, I think we're the only ones that we know of for now that are streaming out of San Diego. If you go to Bakersfield, there's like 8 different groups streaming. Yeah, we couldn't have shown the naked guy on YouTube. I was thinking if there's some filter thing you could do as you're live streaming, but it sounds like there's not. You'd have to
check out where are the choppers. Any choppers?
Here's the big one. A 11 dozen. Yeah, in Bakersfield.
Let's take a look at the bigger air map here. So as you can see, there's always a bazillion things around in the air, but not many police helicopters today. Those other helicopters you see are like military. It shows a bit like a big 5-blade one over Miramar. That's going to be like a CH-53, just like the one that crashed in the mountains the other week. And during the storms, that was pretty tragic for those guys. And some other small stuff.
Yeah, Bill's like a helicopter nerd. Like if you hear a helicopter overhead,
hang on. Sorry, cough.
he will like know exactly what type of helicopter it is. Like, well, that is a 749 SD model.
They have unique sound signatures. What can I say? I can tell you usually what it is.
Engine 25. Medical. 7 Echo. 7 Foxtrot. 5895 Friar Road. 5895 Friars are D5317. Unit is D317.
It's a medical call. We're in the right area for calls, but they're just medical calls.
7 Echo. 7 Foxtrot.
Yeah, so there's a heli base down there in Imperial Beach. I guess it's Navy. So they're always flying in and out of there. They could be just doing donuts and circles. That or Department of Homeland Security is always going up and down the border right there and all the way, out into the mountains too, like Otay. But they'll buzz around there. And sometimes with the military ones, it'll actually like show up twice or something. It looks like 2 different, but it's really one. I don't know.
Do that for security.
So let's take a look at that again here. Yeah, there's yeah, it could be 2 because it's a heli base. It's like a really short runway, and you don't really see it from IB because it's like so far down in that estuary or whatever and kind of back. It's hard to get to, but that's what goes on down there. Military secret squirrel stuff.
We could go check that out sometime.
Yeah, I don't know if we could even see it. We'd need like a really long zoom lens. We go down to
True.
IB, down to the
Yeah.
farthest road you can go, and then you could start to walk out in the sand and walk towards the border, and you're still not there.
Yeah.
It's like if from that last road there down at the beach, it's still like I don't know. I want to say a mile to the border or something.
We might.
But-
TV 1215 Market Street for an ex-girlfriend not allowing the RP to get back inside of his apartment.
Anyway,
Ex-girlfriend.
ex-girlfriend situation.
Poor guy.
Mercy Airs coming back from Pine Valley. Yeah, that's probably an expensive helicopter ride.
Is that
I've-
medical?
Yeah, I've heard that the medical helicopters are all like bought out by private companies now, and they're just like raping people, like charging like house size prices for medical ride.
Horrible.
There's a car hood on the 52 at Finita.
That's definitely a hazard.
It's gonna be a pancake soon.
Yeah.
115 King 497 is 15 further. 115 King.
All right.
You can toast the name.
7 William Victor, yellow, Alpha.
Cover 529 John to the 450 Alpha Market Street.
But getting back to the border, because I am
Go ahead and go tonight.
I have always been, I grew up here and I've always been fascinated with the border. I just, I love it that we're right next door to Mexico, but I don't know what our data would be down there, but we do plan to do streams from down there.
Yeah, it's like, you can get down there and find out everything. The other thing is sometimes your phone switches over to one of the Mexican telephone companies if you're close enough to the border. So that would be a killer. That would just kill off the data.
Yeah.
I mean, we would have data, but it wouldn't switch over smooth.
We can do it maybe sometime when we go over there a lot for like dental work and stuff. So.
Okay, well, let's see. I-8 at Severn, another traffic hazard.
And for that DVL,
Dump truck partially in the number 1.
Ex-girlfriend not allowing RP to get back inside of his apartment.
We could go, I don't know. It sounds like this is an East County day or something.
It could be, but as soon as we get back out there's something that's going to happen down here.
Yeah, well, that's how we get something to happen out here. Is we got to go to East County first, and then that'll let some things happen out here, right? And then we come back. Is that how it works?
Yeah.
Claremont Drive is in front of the business for a female with juvenile panhandling and refusing to leave.
Well, that's a crime of the century right there. Panhandling and refusing to leave.
15 John Aiken 1022.
Well, I think maybe we make a swing out to East County and see what happens. Huh?
He has contacted them several times.
You can cover 415 and 114 at the Vons 4725 Claremont Drive. It's in front of the business for a female with juveniles panhandling and refusing to leave.
114 King, you can add us. We're about a block away.
114 King 10 115 John Aiken 1022.
10-8,
7 Hotel, 7 India, Coronado Avenue and Elger Road, Engine 30. 7 Hotel, 7 India.
That's IB again. I almost feel like we should go to IB.
8 to 10 years old. Petitioning.
Oh, Polly, that might.
Victor William, 637. Second one, 9, David. And the third one will be 9, David X-ray 1054.
I see that incident.
Update, like, fires for somebody.
Polly, I see it. You turn on your medical incidents and you'll see it. The one on Friars.
724 King, are you ready for a couple plates?
Okay.
Right now, no, there are no complaints of any pains. But just down that 1 second.
Second one will be 9, David, unit X-ray 645. And the third one will be 9, David X-ray 10544.
Another Park Avenue El Cajon collision. I think this is going to be East County Day, or at least for the time being.
What about the Coronado Avenue? Oh, that's
I
down. Okay.
have a traffic hazards and a collision. East County. Blah, 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 blah. So,
10-4, your time is 13:31.
RSV 931 1042.
RSV 931 10-4.
that's it. Unlock it. Here you go.
DJ copy is posted out before it looks like it started.
Pull up that hazard one. Dump truck one.
Yeah.
Is it eastbound or westbound? Oh. Okay.
Yes, he does.
California, Charles Adam 5.
Yeah, is San Diego encrypting any of their emergency communications?
They have not yet. So as far as the police dispatch and the normal, the normal channels that they use, dispatch 1, dispatch 2, the TAC channels, are mostly not encrypted. There were already some encrypted TAC channels, and all their other probably SWAT team and drug enforcement, that kind of stuff has been encrypted, but nothing new has gone encrypted. And not sure why. I don't know what their reason for delaying is. The deadline that I heard was January 31st, but that was right about the time we had all the storms going on, so it probably was a dumb time to flip a switch like that. So maybe they just delayed it a couple of months or something, or maybe there's some problems, or maybe they had a change of heart. I don't know. Nobody knows. It's what goes on in the police department decision room is a black box, and you only get to see what comes out the other side. It's nothing like little public oversight.
On Ocean Boulevard, 10-4.
I'll be doing
Then what was the
30 miles 93.
there were some bills about just not about them not being able to encrypt because people need to know what's going on.
Yeah, so there was a California state assembly bill or state senate bill to force them to offer an unencrypted stuff to media or whoever else, either by not encrypting or offering radios or some web player in real time or something. But I guess it got shot down because of lack of votes. It needed like 2/3 majority, and there wasn't enough people there to even vote for it. So I'm hoping it comes back and gets revived, but it might take some time. But that could still happen. But for now, they haven't encrypted anything. They can comply with. So it all started because there was like a Department of Justice recommendation. It wasn't even a requirement. Just some advice from the Department of Justice that all police departments should encrypt their personal information, like if they're talking about somebody's date of birth or driver's license or name or something like that, that they should encrypt that. That's kind of you know, the times we live in where you have to protect all the privacy stuff. But a lot of the police departments just interpret that as encrypt everything. But, you know, for folks like us, you know, and everybody that likes to know what's going on in their community, there's good reason to, you know, be able to listen to what the police are doing. You know, we're, you know, like City of La Mesa, City of El Cajon, most of the sheriff's office is all encrypted. You have no idea what the heck's going on. Like that thing last night with the, you know, they've got a car that's on the embankment off of the 8. They've got the helicopter flying around. We have no idea what's going on. So, you know, we wander in there and I just have to walk up to a cop and ask him what's going on. So.
Or you could call the police department.
Yeah, that's going to be our tactic, is just call them on the non-emergency number and ask them what's going on, you know, and maybe if enough people do that, they'll get tired of answering these questions, because they never, like, right, they can't manage to get a speaker on a helicopter that works where people can understand it. And then most of the time, they're not announcing anything anyway. So.
Yeah.
None of them use, like, social media or anything, so. Something about a long break on El Cajon.
Well, there's
CHP.
Yeah, there's a traffic collision at Park Avenue.
That's all.
All I got was a VIN decoder return.
The El Cajon CHP.
21 Charger.
Sent it with the volume. Here. Okay, I just switched you guys over to listen to CHP and Heartland Fire in the East County. So, hopefully it's the same thing I'm listening to here, but it's really low volume. Sometimes they don't speak up. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen in on that.
Yeah, there's a rake in the slow lane, so it sounds like a end of the 125 west on the 8 east,
Oh, 8 East, that's what we're on.
125. Yeah, so
Okay.
their landscaper is losing his shit.
So we're looking for a rake on the loose here. And they're supposed to bring in a traffic brake, but that's probably going to be behind us. So we may see a rogue rake.
So did they say traffic brake or did they just say rake?
I don't know. I thought he said he was going to be bringing in a brake, but you're right. Maybe he said he's going to be on the freeway grabbing a rake.
That's what I think he said. But yeah, T-Death, yeah, hello dispatch. Is there an escaped subject running around fully armed in my neighborhood? Thanks. We called La Mesa PD when there was a helicopter circling and we said, hey, like, what's going on? The first thing they asked us was like, well, do you live there? We're like, what does it matter? You know, we're going to go to the mall and we don't, want there to be an armed suspect out there.
Yeah, it's like, are you looking for a lost child or, a guy with a submachine gun,
Yeah, it's bullshit.
All right, well, so whatever the alleged rake is in the slow lane, right?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I'm looking for a rake. It's a nice looking rake.
Control.
I'd like to pick it up.
Just stop in the middle of the freeway. Get it.
Thank you.
Well, the rake doesn't seem like it's like something you could run over without doing too much damage, right?
It seems like something that you could run over and it turns into like a Three Stooges gag where you just step on it and then the handle comes and smacks you in the face, I don't know. I didn't see no rake.
I know. Okay, I'm just saying, this is a joke, I'm not going to do it, but I want to
Florida man.
I want to put a banana peel like in the slow lane and just see how long it takes them to see if it comes up as a hazard. The CHP.
The driver of that Florida plate Chevrolet there. He looked very Park, Florida. Really go to this traffic collision on Park.
Yeah.
Is that to the Queen?
Yeah.
Or Chase? I'm gonna take Maine because I'm too far over.
Well, you're going. It's closer. It's at the intersection of Valentine, so it's closer to Magnolia.
Oh.
Hey,
Valentine,
just so
what?
log, I'm bringing another break in from 67. We should be able to stack it up here.
Somebody.
Valentine.
There's not Valentine.
Oh, Magnolia.
8110 for bringing it Crimson.
There's a Johnson exit in 67. I guess 6.
No, they're back.
10 for bringing in break at 66.
They're always going, either taking Johnson to go to that area, or I'm taking the 67 to go north of that area, but never really ever get off at Magnolia there. Well, let's pop our Magnolia exit Cherry.
Yeah, that's so true, Tita.
Steel Canyon High School.
2440
Campbell Road, room F104, cross of Millar Ranch Road. Charlie 1 Echo.
Oh, that's right. It's just past the 67. We're at the part of the 67 exit. I don't know. We'll just find out.
That's a good one, City Whip. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right here. Yeah. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, say hi. Shit. Okay. That sounds like go right south. If you're just tuning in, say hi. Tell us where you're watching from. We are in El Cajon, or some say El Cajon.
Conference C, medical aid at Steel Canyon. They're moving to enter to the front. Security will guide you into the station.
El Cajon, the box. The box.
Cajon. Okay.
Right. Boy, I clicked on.
Cross University Avenue.
Okay, then it's
14.
Turn left.
7 o'clock.
Cut this guy off. So.
Go straight.
Gridlock.
It's 3 blocks. You can either turn left at Wells or Park.
West 52 east of the 125. It's a blue traffic sign on the right lane leading to the 125.
What's wrong with the blue traffic sign? Is the blue traffic sign not supposed to be blue?
16, go ahead.
16 West 52 east of the 125.
Okay, so turn left on the
Blue traffic sign on the right lane leading to the 125.
6 Charlie.
16, I can from a stop North Mountain Navajo.
Go flashing yellow. Go, go, go. You can do it. Didn't want to do it.
108 10 4.
10814 UTL.
They could have made that too.
10814
But the
UTL.
other people, those other people aren't stopping.
Yeah, that's why it's flashing yellow. He just has to yield. That's all.
Direct. Turn around, Johnson.
Doesn't have to stop.
Be right by the Cajon County Jail.
Turn on your left traffic.
Then turn right. Yeah, right there. So Bullis Point was.
The table Labrador mix still loose in the house.
Bullis Point was completely accurate.
RP's brother is also at the location. We'll try to find the dog.
Okay, we got a minivan sideways in the lane with a flat tire.
Broke the brake. I turned around.
Yeah, I saw that accident on 8 and Waring just come in just where we were from. Of course, when there's nothing for, out a few hours and then there's, 3 accidents in a row.
I told you, as soon as we leave the area, that's when something's allowed to happen over there, you see?
Yeah.
That's how it works. We knew that.
Yeah.
So now we have to go back there.
Okay.
We're getting the extended view of this somewhat minor traffic accident. I don't know how she ended up sideways in the lane now.
Yeah.
She's got a flat tire. The rear tire is flat too.
Oh.
So, but there's like 4 or 5 ladies standing around here exchanging information or whatever. Okay, so we're not going to stop at this because,
Yeah,
they're
it
just-
doesn't look like.
it was a medical transport van. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It said trust medical transportation on the side of the van. Yeah, I don't trust you.
No, return down.
1814 started break westbound east of West Main.
Okay, so we going back out to 8. Was that motorcycle down on 8 west at Waring? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm looking on CHP. Right, guys? That's what's going on? Yeah. Rider on right-hand shoulder, possibly broke ankle. Shit.
It was a solo TC, so he
Well, I guess that's why he's still alive.
he must have had like one of those chopper bikes, with the big, those extended, like the forks in the front, how they're like super long. Those things are really hard to ride. I've not ridden one, but you have to kind of get used to it. But yeah, I mean, nothing like the speed wobbles on the freeway. We're gonna give you the tour of luxurious downtown El Cajon, your final destiny in your journey to happiness. I was gonna say unhappiness, but
It is pretty.
I don't want to offend any of our viewers in El Cajon.
It is pretty nice from what it was back in the day. Like,
It's improved slightly, but that's moving the bar just a little bit. It's not, it's still El Cajon.
yeah. I hope none of you live in El Cajon. But
Well, I've been in the area and worked in El Cajon and for a long time. It's not so bad. The demographic has changed quite a bit. Just to be TBH, NGL, not gonna lie. Demographics change. And there's a lot of Chaldean and immigrant, population here, and I know a lot of those people, and I don't have any problem with them. However, the mayor's office, that mayor Bill Wells of El Cajon, he's running for like Bill Wells is running for like Senate or Assembly or something like that now. You know that?
who's that dude?
Bill Wells, the mayor of El Cajon.
Oh, okay.
He wants to move up a notch, not be the suburban sideshow to San Diego small town mayor. He wants to go big time, get in the federal government, I guess.
conservative.
Well, he doesn't like homeless people, of course. He doesn't seem to like immigrants by his statements and his policies and whatnot. So
That's not good.
he seems like quite a law and order kind of guy.
Yeah, Eddie. Yeah, we're probably would have done that too, but Bill takes his
Well, I just taking the direct route,
yeah, I
but I
know.
didn't realize how screwed up they got the boulevard here right now. Oh, I can't even go straight.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, now I'm really screwed.
It's been like this for a while.
All right. Let's see here. I guess I don't know where the hell they're detouring me to. Taking all the way to Washington or something.
So yeah, I'm like we can't tell who comes and leaves the stream. I mean, obviously you guys are in it, but we see the numbers just go up, down, up, down. So if I'm repeating myself, I apologize. But yeah, if you're just joining in, please thanks for giving us a chance. Like, subscribe. We are just out here in San Diego, East County. Oh,
This is not the official detour way, but I don't care. I'm going this way now.
streaming. We try to doing well, we realize that daytime streams are very eventful because there's just more people out. Out and about, more interesting calls.
For a WFA, carrying a leash and walking in the number 1.
Yeah, you should have. That's okay.
Washington Avenue. I had one of those, you know how the telemarketers, that I assume are in India due to the heavy Indian accent and the long time delay and when they're talking to you. And they started to give them like American names, because, if they tell you their real name, people will just hang up, So one guy said, "Hello, who am I speaking with? My name is George Washington."
That's funny. Yeah.
He tried to convince me his name was George Washington.
Yeah.
They got to dig a little deeper in the name pile to sell me on that.
Yeah, Eddie, if we would have taken back Magnolia, like you said, we probably would have been there by now. I just like being back in my car. We're in the RAV4 Black. A little bit smoother.
Yeah, two-wheel drive Yoda 79.
Yeah. My scenic tour of El Cajon.
This place here on the right, comics and stuff, it looks like an abandoned building, but it's an actual thriving business, apparently. It's been there forever. I don't know how. I don't know how comic books support that much real estate. I'm not like a comic book guy, but I can appreciate some comic books. I used to collect a couple random ones, but well, yeah, but
Truck 6 to be determined.
Yeah.
Testing Parkside Special Care Center 444 was like Lexington Avenue from 20 feet across Van Houten Avenue. What's really one of them?
oh, we're just on Van Houten Avenue. See, that was a medical call though, so
Yeah.
no big.
No, I think a lot of people are into Roman books.
Yeah, but I mean, they must be $1,000 each, and there's only like 2 cars out in front of that place, so those guys that are going in there are like loaded.
Yeah, they're all just Uber nerds that like my brother and like, well, you know, make a lot of money. They're working in computers. So yeah, they have $1,000 to blow on a comic book. It's like the whole Comic-Con thing.
Testing Parkside Special Care Center 444 Lexington Avenue.
Betty. Faster than light speed directions. Yeah, we'll just make you our, you know, we won't rely on Google anymore. We'll just set it up.
Oh, now we're getting into traffic.
Gosh.
Look on your traffic thing. Let's see. It's orange. Okay, so here's the dump truck that we have. Dump truck blocking the number 1 lane. Let's see. The orange is really blowing it. So everybody's kind of trying to get out of the number 1 lane and slow down here. So that's slowed down. I don't know if you can see the dump truck. It's just a dirty ass dump truck.
Yeah.
Oh, he's more than in the number 1 lane. He's not like hanging into it. He is the number 1 lane.
Yeah. So okay, so that's why.
Surprise, surprise! Your piece of shit dump truck didn't make it all the way down the freeway. Maintenance. It's what's for dinner. Hey, look at that Cessna 1. I'm gonna guess that's a Cessna 182 Skyhawk going south right along 125.
Stay your turn.
Cessna. I've observed a Cessna 182 Skyhawk. That's, to be precise, that's a Cessna 182 RG, retractable here. Okay, very low altitude, approximately 1,500 feet. Southbound.
Is there anything that more often?
No, I stole that from Biff and Skippy. I hope everybody knows Biff and Skippy. That's like a 80s, 90s reference there. Local talent.
On our age group. Yeah. Wow, we have 18. We really have 18. Okay. Okay.
I wonder if your dump truck breaks down on the freeway, if there's like a fine for breaking traffic.
Vehicle 6 Charlie. Delta.
Right?
1168 Volume Drive. Cross Street.
Road on ramp. I-8 East. Waring Road on ramp. Is that what you said? Okay. So that means we would have to get off and get back on again. No, not Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was that's I don't know. What's a millennial age cartoon? Gen Y, Gen X maybe, but no, that was cartoon on like Adult Swim or something. Biff and Skippy. So it was a TV show in the 80s or 90s on KFMB. Or it was called San Diego at Large, starring Larry Hill. And I don't know, forgot the name of the other guy. It was Rick something, I think. The other actor that played Skippy.
Remember, like, said he was a Gen Xer, like me, so he might be too young to remember that. I don't remember that, but I also wasn't really allowed to watch much TV growing up.
It was on in the 80s mostly. I think it carried through to the 90s, but kind of by that time it was dying down. But they're on, you know, they have clips of it on YouTube.
Yeah, we were probably watching Sesame Street. Yeah, Larry Himmel. Yeah. Good stuff.
Okay. I can't see around the bend though.
A1 copy.
District 657, Central Office, Spot 63. Traffic accident. 6 Echo, 6 Foxtrot. 2800 Olympic Parkway. Olympic Training Center, main entrance. Part 806. Cross Street, Gold Medal Way, and the end of West area.
Well, it's like East Lake, Bonita.
Oh.
It's Olympic Trading Center. I mean, I don't want to go there. The best way to get there is on the stupid toll road that I refuse to pay. So that means we'd have to go all the way out to the 5, back over. You have to cross over like Olympic Boulevard forever. If you're cheap or don't have a transponder like me.
16 UT on the pedestrian 98.
Looks like if anyone wants some free furniture, via the might be nice because that's up in Delmar.
Delmar, so it might be high quality freeway furniture.
Yeah, they're large pieces of furniture.
Large pieces. So IKEA, you have to put it together.
Yeah. Let's see what we see here. Yeah, this motorcyclist is very lucky because if it was cyclist versus car, then there, you know, we would be at the scene of the fatality, I'm sure. So
Now, if it's on the on ramp the other way, then it's and it was a solo. He probably was like gunning it to get up the ramp or something and lost the ass end around when ass over tea kettles, I guess.
ass over a tea kettle.
I think that's the phrase. I don't know.
No idea.
That's an old one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wearing off ramp, so actually it was the off ramp. So there is kind of opportunity to stop here. It's kind of like I think, not much of a shoulder, but somewhat. So I think we, well, okay.
Right here.
There he is. Here. Off ramp, on ramp. Is that a sheriff's car or what am I looking at here? I can see the motorcycle right there.
So is that a secret entrance to SCSU over there?
Yeah, I don't know what the heck that is. It's not a pedestrian thing.
Yeah, does anyone know?
I mean, it's just supporting the trolley thing, right? Okay, so this is just maybe a drive-by.
Yeah.
So here's your motorcycle.
Okay.
So the cop is just guarding the motorcycle.
Yeah.
At this point, patient's gone.
No one steals it.
But yeah, that was like I'm trying to figure out what police agency he was. School police, or it kind of the sheriff's star on the door, but it didn't say sheriff's. It just said police. Okay, so that was that one. Checking them off the list.
Want to get off at SCSU and see what see how many of the kids are not in class.
Good afternoon, emergency traffic.
Regroup. Yeah, if you guys hear anything. Oh, emergency. Great name. Great screen name. Nice to have you. Tell us where you're watching from. That is what we do here. Emergency traffic.
If we're not careful, we're going to get stuck by the engineering administration building again.
Yeah. And this is our super fan Steady Web. We love the this is alma mater.
And on the right, we have the we have the chemical sciences lab building.
These kids are so spoiled. They have a Trader Joe's here on campus.
Nice.
I don't know when that went in, probably 15 years ago. Astria over Costa de Oro.
Okay.
What's going on there? Oh, we'll bring up the flight map here. I can do it without
San Miguel, 1 medic 4, difficulty breathing. 1127 Oral Street. 1 Charlie Echo.
See, Casa de Oro is of course down out the 94. So 319 MW, that is Sheriff's Astria, but looks like he's headed north back to base, is what I'm guessing. So he's cleared from Casa de Oro.
Airline flight of 9 Adam Charles 052, driving all over the road, not staying in the lane. Flight returns clear in a 2010 Chevrolet Utility out of Temecula. Time element on this is now about 2 ago, sending equals clear at 1408.
yeah, I know. I think safe to
special
say
attention to 83 and 23
all like love Trader
bar was a white test for X.
Oh, especially the
Nearby
take
flight
action.
of 9 Adam Charles.
Okay, emergency trap.
Not staying in the lane.
I'll turn around and illegally park for a second because I don't have a sticker. I don't have an STSU sticker.
Right.
They're gonna throw me out. They're gonna arrest me.
Las Vegas in the house.
All right.
That would be an exciting place to stream. I don't know if you have streamers out there, but that's cool.
This one, go ahead.
That last traffic.
Lexus LS. Lexus LS 400, early 90s vintage.
Yeah, it was completely digital.
It's a good car. You know that? I think Collie might agree. I have to go into the emergency snack provision stash. And
Copy that last transmission was completely digital. It was a 23152 last unit.
put something in my mouth
X 9 Charles
before I get angry.
It was all over the road and not staying in the lane.
So I complained to
2010
this
Chevrolet Utility out of Temecula.
company,
Time element now on this.
well, to Atkins, because we started eating these candy bars like a year ago, and then I bought them a few months ago, and they had like literally shrunken. Their candy bar was like half the size, or maybe 3/4 of the size it used to be. So I wrote them and I said, just, this is like one of the, only like keto non-sugar things I can eat. And so they sent me some, they sent me they sent me like three coupons for like, $10 value. So, I thought that was nice of them, but.
well, I had to explain to you that these companies know exactly what they're doing. They're going to hook you with a nice tasting product made with nice ingredients, nice size, portion, whatever. And then they're going to yank your chain and cheapen it out. And they know, probably statistically, because I'm sure there's a research paper on this, that said 3% of consumers are going to complain about it and write a letter. And then they already know exactly how much money that costs them in free coupons. And it's all calculated in. They're going to make money. They're still going to make more profit by cheapening out the product. And that 3% complainers that they get from coupons to will be so happy now that they got some free crap. It's all their master evil plan. I'm telling you.
That's true.
They probably teach a class on that right here at this fine
Like that.
institution right next to us, SDSU.
City Web says it was cheaper to pay the tickets, a few tickets a year than it was to pay for the pass. Well, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I hate the stupid toll roads because they game you. They at least I don't know this one, but I think it's the same company that runs the 73 up there through Orange County. And what they do is they don't let you pay right away. Like if you drive the 73 and you get home and you go on the website, they say you got to wait 24 hours before you can pay because it's not in their system yet. So that's just enough time to forget that you did it. And then you have to you have to pay it within 5 days. So if you don't pay within 5 days, then you're screwed and they start upping the price. So it's a game. Let's see if they forget. So anyway, that's my bitch about the toll roads.
Those spots are some cute co-eds here, but okay, that sounds bad actually. Oh, sorry, guys.
Okay. All right, so we have what is on I-8 eastbound. Let's see here. There's something allegedly like, isn't that the same one? It seems like right there at Waring it says traffic collision. That must be the motorcycle gig. Okay, so we kind of cleared that. Okay, so what else do we have going on here? Things have slowed down again. They were kind of slow. There's a few things going on. Not even the radio is doing anything here.
Robert Pepperton, and then 81, go ahead with your traffic.
So if you're having co-ed flashbacks, are those good flashbacks or bad flashbacks?
On 10-4, I copied Magnolia north of the 8-4 stop, and you'll advise when you en route to the break.
It could be a good thing or it could be a bad thing. I don't know. Depending on how your college experience was.
I loved my college experience. I think I said before I went to UC Santa Cruz, and it was 4 years of staying up all night and writing essays and trying to party as much as you could. But so there are no streamers in Vegas. The on-scene used to be there, but it's not really popular. That's good to know.
Okay. If you get moving again. Not which direction. What time is it? Oh, it's 2:15. Yeah, look, don't touch flashbacks. Exactly. All right. Right before SSU security comes and, says, "You're kidding me. You came to the college parking lot to look at our students and stream it on the web."
Yeah.
Squirrel. I saw a squirrel.
We look like total creepers.
Oh. Yeah. Screwed that up.
Went the wrong way.
10893.
How do I go the right way?
93, go ahead.
Let's go with the garage now.
You can clear log.
It's probably like total bad data area too.
93, 10 4.
That was the scanner antenna. Okay. They did not plan for anyone to ever leave this college.
Right.
It's like a Roach Motel. Here's another thing to bang your head on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's anyway. How the hell did we get out of here?
No, you have to go down and around. Which is dumb.
But yeah, it is interesting, like how certain areas have more streamers than others. Like Bakersfield has 1179, and Vegas has a few pedestrian ones. We're saying.
Stop it, you turn. He's just like, no blinker. All right. There was one accident here. Remember that head-on with that parole officer, but corrections officer right here.
Yeah, because it's the corrections building right down here.
Oh yeah.
Good to keep an eye on the college kids.
We will escape from SDSU. And once again, on the right, we have the Chemical Science Laboratory building.
Mm-hmm. Back here.
14, I copy here to start another break westbound at the 67.
Westbound at the 6, another break westbound at the 67. So is there something going on the CHP there?
14. We'll go ahead and start another break westbound at the 67.
I don't see anything.
13, I copy here to start another break westbound at the 67.
Well, let's just walk it on El Cajon CHP and see what's going on. So we go that way.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see anything.
Or is that could be for the dump truck?
Hey, you want to kind of your stop and then you'll position yourself for another break when they're ready.
That's probably for the dump truck. It's going to start a break from the 67, you know?
Oh, yeah, I guess it, yeah. Good thing.
Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll head down Spring Street, get back down to the 94, so we can head back towards the city and not have to deal with the 125.
Yeah.
No, you're broken. Come again? For pressure?
Smoke investigation. Oh God, so I mean, it's funny and sad at the same time.
And the casino, the security calls, so they were getting calls for it being near hole 3.
Smoke investigation call. So, like Tehisa Road area, way out there somewhere. But there was a call for accident, a vehicle versus horse.
Yeah.
And the horse died. There was no human injuries, or minor injuries. But the freaking horse died, and they had a dead horse in the road. And the sheriffs had called for like animal control to come pick up the horse out of the road, and we're listening to this, and animal control said they couldn't come out for the dead horse. So I guess somebody had to stand there and guard the dead horse overnight.
Our horsey.
But there was a
14 unknown is responding, but they do have the call for the report.
so yeah.
Can you check with fire to see where my rider was transported and get a run number?
I was just going to tell people to say hi from the chat. So thanks for saying hi, DJ E Quick. Thanks so much for joining us. We, I guess we are going to head back to the city because we're out in La Mesa and doesn't seem to be much going on here. So
We had a dump truck blocking the number 1 lane on the 8 West, causing a little traffic.
yeah, it was pretty exciting.
Minor traffic
So back
accident
on the
in El
event I
Cajon.
diverted you off of for that. Okay, fine. And then secondly, I just want to make sure that there was a case number pulled on the 1183 that you're on. That's done correctly, right? That's on the right event?
Paper, and that's going to be for misdemeanor site for reckless driving.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Seems like a lot of traffic hazards on the board there at CHP.
Let's remember to change it back to San Diego then, because we're still
Yep.
looking for the Heartland thing.
Yeah. Do that once we get on the freeway, maybe.
But yeah, we are doing great, DJ E Quick. Yes. How's everyone else doing?
Good now.
Okay, well, we pull up to this light here. I'm gonna take a look at my new traffic thing. It looks like it's all green to me. That's good. Nothing exciting to see there. Excuse me.
We were supposed to be working on some sort of CityWeb will call us out on this, like a Tuesday and Thursday daytime stream.
AR
But,
Terraces, Cross Street, Trojan Avenue, and El Cajon Boulevard. Engine 17, 7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot.
we didn't do anything on Tuesday. We were out about last night, but not streaming. And I guess it is Thursday today, so yeah. Probably.
Yeah, we ran into Juan 619 News Media last night out there working the streets. I know.
But yeah, we saw there was a car that went into a massage parlor. Luckily, no one was injured. Looked like the driver just, gunned it and thought they were in reverse. So yeah, it was very visual though. Yeah. Hey, congrats on getting home from work, DJ. I don't know where you're watching from, but hopefully you didn't get stuck in traffic. It's about now is when our traffic starts out here.
Yeah, it's 2:30. People are like 3 minutes away from the bell ringing. I don't know. A lot of companies that maybe even contractors, kind of factories and stuff like that. But there's a lot of factories, but they start at like 6 and go to 2:30. They worked a job for like a couple of years on that shift, which I hated every minute of it because I am not a morning person. But I did it, and I was always late too.
Well, my theory is that like also
Series
people are
7190 Miramar Road.
picking up their kids from
Standing by a Taco Bell. The coworker damaged the RP's vehicle with a metal bar over at 7130 Miramar Road.
Pissed off your coworker, and he attacked your car with a pipe or something.
I think people are also picking up their kids from school. Temecula, awesome. Temecula in the house. So you're pretty close up. According to CHP, there's quite a lot of traffic incidents up there. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah.
10 minutes ago, and they are speaking with the owner open phone.
So you know East County. Yeah, Temecula's nice. I've been there a few times. Their downtown area, there's like a nice Italian restaurant I went to, and then of course you guys have all those great wineries that I have not been to yet, but I'd like to. If Bill ever took me anywhere. Yeah, I wonder if they have they have more housing up in Temecula. They're building more housing up there than they are here. I don't know.
I should just drive the shoulder here, huh? Except the bicycle.
Everybody else is, yeah.
133 available.
133 available.
All right. We're back on the glorious 94. Switch you guys to listening to San Diego again.
931. The alarm on my beat. It's a couple hours old, so I'll just take care of it.
Yes, we are too. Look, see, it's 2:30 and it's already backed up on the 145.
Sorry, it's 3948.
Can you run the dealer plate for us? 03520.
It's always back up there, though. Yeah.
Standby.
Another odor. I wonder if all these odor investigations still go on in 54th.
Last 5 will be 40781.
I wonder if all these odor investigations are, because people are like super sensitive to whatever odors right now, because whatever the hell was happening the other day. Did they ever find out what everybody was smelling? Or there was just
not that I know of.
Just conspiracy theories. I never smelled anything. Did you smell anything?
I didn't smell shit.
Did you guys smell anything?
Yellow. Is there a cover on Wabash?
Yellow.
Yeah, totally, DJ. Slightly cheaper just for single family homes up there to choose from. Yeah. Yeah, don't get me started on our housing prices here. Lack of housing stock, affordability, all that. Insanity.
South 43rd Street. The initial RP called in. She was the manager. The customer pushed her.
Thanks, Eddie, for updating us on the dueling Disney streamers.
I do have the VIN on that, if you could run the VIN. I run, and it says
And on the right, we have the lovely College Grove Shopping Center.
Where the arsonist was.
Yeah, there was a possible arsonist around there last night.
6-3.
Setting little tiny fires, trash fires.
115.
And I'm going to go for investigation.
243 Jones Air clear.
243 John, affirm, go ahead.
Would you please add up D5 for me, California, Adam 9373225.
447, 10-4 on that, and if we can just advise the person following the suspect to stop.
3948. I did not get a return out of California. I'll check all 50 states.
10-4.
Affirm, I'll confirm that they've stopped. Last known location was going to be walking towards Northgate. They did drop the merchandise at the location. Looks like a case of beer was what was taken.
934.
934 Sam.
Someone logged on to 7388.
Affirm, it shows 931 Sam logged on to that vehicle.
Yeah, boy.
Holding on for 5 in case they're called.
It's registered out of Utah. 29 expired September of 2018 for a September 2018.
10-4. That's what we were looking at is an Escalade.
That person's trying to see your blinds.
The 29.
Confirm, it's 29 expired as of September.
3948. If you need it, I'll send it over the return to your MK.
And for this 211 SUs with the CDS, the employee says that they are no longer calling and will return to the store for contact.
So I believe, yeah, this is exciting because this, I think, as far as I know, is going to be the first odor investigation we responded to.
It's not the first odors we smelled. It's just the first time they've been investigated.
At least outside of our house.
In your butt.
Hey, that guy
Okay, the McDonald's have a...
totally just going to the bathroom. I think,
Well,
yeah,
okay.
let's try it.
If that guy was totally going to the bathroom next to McDonald's there, you know, you could always ask him for a good place to go. Except now I'm not in the McDonald's. Well, okay, you want to just check out that place anyways? This place? Since we're up here in this parking lot.
Yeah. Yeah. McDonald's.
Well, all right, we'll go to stupid McDonald's. We'll get a Happy Meal.
Stupid.
I require a Happy Meal. Or we can go complain about something to Cox Cable. This is like their customer service center where you go and return your crappy cable box and say, I've cut the cord. I don't need your damn TV stations anymore. I don't need your CNNs or your ABCs. I can get that for free on the internet.
Does anyone want us to complain on your behalf?
Yeah. Okay. All right. Go ahead
Okay. Yeah.
Are you gonna? Okay, you're gonna buy something.
I'll go pee and buy something. Yeah. 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 I pretty much have.
Then you can live stream from the bathroom if you want.
Yeah.
That'll get us arrested.
833 John, closest rest.
20 now, so we're confirming that our RP was southbound. Data plug, right? Can we confirm if it was on the east or west side of the freeway? What you saw?
230.
All right, let me take a look at the chat. I've been ignoring for a while here. See what you guys are talking about.
Call back for the RP.
Yeah, totally. French fries. That's what I just told her to get.
Southbound. 805, right? Can we confirm if
Medic 83, we are responding with copy level 3, no Bila.
Yeah, I cut the cord.
Call back for the RP.
I would have cut the cord like 10 years ago, but well, long story short, somebody else didn't want to at the time, but officially cut the cord maybe 3 years ago. But you know, I have not been watching cable TV really at all for 10 years.
7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot, Cordilla Place and Braber Avenue. Engine 13, 7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot.
You know what spoiled me or killed it for me was TiVo. I actually got like the first TiVo unit.
Medical, 7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot, 827 C Street.
The company I worked for at the time was like one of these Linux companies, and they knew all the people, the founders of TiVo, and you know, knew the founders of our company, and so we got like this you know, before it was released, deal on the very first TiVo unit, the TiVo 1, where we got like, you know, some grandfathered subscription forever as long as the unit ran.
For Hispanic male saying he's having mental health issues and pulled out a knife. The RP now has a knife. The subject is Aldo Anolas, Hispanic adult, 30s, 5'9", medium build, wearing a dark baseball cap with
a guy with a knife there. But I got the first TiVo unit and started recording shows back then, and then went through a couple of generations of those. But that just burned me on commercials. Like basically ever since then, I cannot watch a TV commercial. It's just, and now like every time if I'm at somebody's house that has cable TV or something, you start to watch a TV program, and it's just like, it's like double the number of commercials that I remember. I don't know how anybody could sit there and watch TV where it's like, you know, 50% commercial time. It's just insane now.
The letter P and then Paul on it.
Private Road, and Turtle Avenue.
Well, I knew that it was a Honda Civic. That was apparent by the logos on the back. I didn't know it was an LX model. Thank you. I think I know how you're looking it up. Did he pass his last smog test? Has he had any failures? That's how I always look them up. The California Air Resources Board lookup site.
Engine 4, 7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot. Road 147, 721, 1770 Palmy Avenue, Fiesta Hall. Male on the ground bleeding, unconscious.
Male on the ground bleeding. Yeah, I've been using, you know, uBlock Origin ad blocker. That's cheaper than YouTube Premium. But yeah, they're fighting back now. Starting to get messages, you know, nag messages that the end of ad blockers is near, for at least on Google platforms, which is unfortunate, but I get it. They like money. They want to make money.
829 Alpha.
go ahead.
We did a call back to the RP and they advised they were on the eastbound side of the 805 near the north.
I'm still using Chrome mostly for my actual income earning side of things called Woo. Sorry, I have trouble saying it sometimes. Woo. Work. I have to use Microsoft Edge. Sorry, I threw up in my mouth a little bit. But so I don't have an ad blocker in that yet. But Chrome, I've been using uBlock Origin. I still do, and it still seems to work on YouTube. I'm not sure why they haven't made a hard cutoff, or maybe they're just doing it selectively for certain people. I don't know, but can still block those ads. But yeah, if they crack down on it, I might be switching browsers. Haven't used Firefox forever. Is Opera still a thing? One friend of mine said, check out Brave browser. That's supposed to be really stripped down, super private. Smoke investigation coming from under the bridge on Market and Euclid. Well, what do you know? We are not too far from that. So we can go check that out. What do they mean under the bridge, though? I don't know if that's the same smoke investigation I just heard on the radio. There's a smoke investigation at Market and Euclid, or 51st and Market. But I just heard on the dispatch, they said something about smoke coming from under the bridge. There's no bridges right there, so it might be a different call. But we're close by that.
Engine 12, Metro copies in place of engine 26.
Engine 26. Engine 26 is the one we were chasing around last night for that possible arsonist in this area.
Metro 29 expired as of 114 Dodge pickup. 115 John.
Can you run California 13145 X-ray 2?
All we need is our passenger here.
Expired as of 2021 14 Dodge.
She's going to get fries, and she's going to go to the restroom. Hopefully she went to the restroom first, because I don't like pea fries.
10-4, just making sure there's nothing pending.
7500 to monetize.
Yeah, I should be an advocate of YouTube Premium, because I don't know how it works, because we're not at the level of YouTube where we can monetize things yet. There we go. Okay, we got a call to go to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So get in. Oh, what are you pending? Everybody else?
Okay. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Use their damn kiosk, because and it's just like I hate how everything's a kiosk now. You can't even order from the counter. So, of course, I ordered Happy Meal, cheeseburger, but then after I checked out, I realized I ordered.
So, we have a smoke investigation call down the street here at Euclid at Market, and it was also a radio call about smoke coming from under the bridge, which must be a different call, but I'm not sure. We're going to check this out and listen in on the scanner and see WTF is going on.
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for waiting, guys, because I had to ask for French fries and not apple slices.
Available.
Yes, Sunny Web.
She's looking west on a mission board, up into the sky. Hispanic female in her 40s, medium height, heavy build. Dark colored medium, possibly a light colored hoodie, carrying a tan bag. For units are after that check over. We have a few RPs calling in for her. She's walking west on a mission board, up into the sky. Hispanic female in her 40s.
Yeah, we'll do the fries and the milkshake, but
Possibly a light colored hoodie.
said we'll have to go to get the milkshake from In-N-Out and then the fries from McDonald's.
I can see
Mm.
up the street here. Okay, one second. Got the base heads are behind me.
It's so loud.
So can you move that?
36 unit, 1150 on California plate 9 King Charles Frank 575. We're going to be on 4300 University. Hey, there's a signature for University.
So you know the fingerprint scanner?
What's that called?
It's just pulling over a traffic stop.
First in the West View here. On California plate 9 King Charles Frank 575. It'll be on 4300 University.
836 units of 4300.
Does McDonald's sponsor streamers?
Yeah.
826 unit. 836 unit. That was next to Mark 29 with current to 2064.
And I'm almost through Central Jail, so I can be in around about 5-10 minutes.
Hi, first and the West V1, you're clear.
836 unit, did you copy your place?
You'll be in for Preserve the Peace 3491 Sandrock.
Your place is going to come back to me in current to 2064.
I wonder if you can, like, extort McDonald's by saying, we're going to go to McDonald's and eat your food, but we're going to bring Burger King stickers and put it all over the packaging, unless you pay us.
Yeah. He told me that won't work very well.
Springwood City 4586 out of Fox Canyon.
836 unit, did you copy your plate? Your plate's going to come back to me in current to 2064.
I think.
315 Victor 10-4.
Still a smoke. Oh, is there a
John, the last one's going to be 4 0 7
over there? I guess there is a bridge over there. It's like a river. A flood control channel of some sort.
124, John.
Is this like bus only? Is it a bus port? Or can cars go in there? I guess cars can go in there.
It's still around unit cover 2002 113 3968.
Thank you.
You're welcome, station. 127, John. 10 4. Occurred 2 minutes ago, suspect. And into RP's vehicle, suspect vehicle to the Black Gypsy Yukon. Maryland, please. We Adam Edward Robert 27, last seen in the alley behind this location, drive towards the Salvation Army.
Okay, perfect.
RP 2023 Toyota 4Runner, California, place 9, David Lincoln, Tom 589. Station.
Okay, so engine 12 is on the other side of Euclid over there, and they're checking out.
3968, Claremont Drive.
Actually, I'm going to drive over to that El Pollo Loco, because you can see down into whatever they're looking at there. If I can get there from here, it's like a little bit of traffic here.
Driving towards Salvation Army. Copy vehicle to be a Gray 2023 Toyota 4Runner, California plate 9, David Lincoln, Tom 589. Stationing.
Joyous Creek is right.
Is this Joyous Creek?
No, I think it is
Look on your map. and see
right
what
north
this
right
is.
here.
Look on your map and see what this one is.
We have medics en route.
Seems like it.
He says that they got the female out of the traffic lanes. She's not alert.
7 Echo, 7 Fox Drive. Mission Gorge Road and Hillcrest Drive. Engine 34. 7 Echo, 7 Fox Drive.
For apartment 204, the Chronic 415.
Well, maybe from the El Pollo Loco, we won't be able to see anything.
on the ceiling and banging on their door. So be out.
There's trolley tracks there.
243 John, apply for, Gulch, Showing Rock.
115-6220, Aggie Street. Station 241 unit being routed. There's a Northeastern unit that can cover for that 594 over Taco Bell, 7190 Miramar Road.
Holding on 415, coming out of 813, 3722 Arizona Street, stationing.
243 John, hold my for notes, show me around.
So this is just a smoke investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Cross Street, San Vicente Street, and Wade Street. Engine 51. 7 Echo, 7 Fox.
Right. I don't think we're going to go into the El Pollo Loco lot. So I didn't realize there was trolley tracks there, and it kind of blocks the view into whatever culvert they're looking into. So we're just going to turn around and do a drive-by.
Engine 8.
And also,
Elevator rescue.
Oh, an elevator rescue.
7 Kilo. 4077 0 Fifth Avenue. Mercy Hospital. Unit ELV 7. Cross Street, Washington Street, and
The
04th Avenue.
entrance.
Engine 8.
Since there's an entrance here, we can kind of look.
Female sitting on the curb.
Take that back. Maybe we'll look a little bit from the Pollo Loco parking lot.
looks like the south side of their parking lot is under construction.
Yeah. So did you find out what creek that is right there? Is it a creek? She's too busy eating
I don't think so.
stuff in her face with McDonald's. Nobody wants to see that. This is not a grotesque stream. I don't think McDonald's hamburgers have any ham or burger. So there's no label for this as being any kind of a stream or creek or anything, but there is a creek there. And there's a little,
Can you add engine 12?
little culvert that goes underneath Euclid there. And
442, sorry, medic 12.
442 unit, can you add
the fence is all screwed up from the flooding. It's still filled with debris. So obviously the city hasn't done anything about cleaning that one out. But it looks like a perfect place to live if you're homeless. So, yeah. Okay, well, nothing to report here. An emergency response.
4077 0 Fifth Avenue. Mercy Hospital. Unit ELV 7. Cross Street, Washington Street, and 04th Avenue. Truck 14. 7 Juliet, 7 Kilo.
I wonder what those emergency responses are. The address was the hospital.
624, can you go DJ, please? And 1022.
Bye-bye.
Something else going down on Mission Gorge.
Brian 627 Yellow en route to check the wall for 627 425 University apartment number 9. The RP 50-year-old son was having a mental breakdown. He was cutting wires inside the location.
Report of fire at 94
was breathing. The
25th.
RP after medics advised PD issues but didn't respond. So it's going to be Michael, white male, 5'11", 250. He
I
is
think I
wrapped in a
know.
blanket.
Did we may have already been to a report of fire at that same place before. Let's see. Let's see what. Right. Let's see. 25th.
Engine 34.
We made patient contact. Pretty sure the location is going to be.
Center copy.
Okay. Give directions to this location. Ooh, it's a little bit of a drive. 8 minutes is not bad.
116, you can add
It's even worse.
Just info for anyone heading into downtown. Westbound 94 near 28th, there's a brush fire.
Oh, they're calling it a brush fire. Okay, so we're definitely going to that.
40664.
Okay. All right, Detroit start.
Other unit that can come from Walford check B122 955 Grand Avenue, Unit 3. These requesting to report for residents at this location that they receive non-listed for residents being neglected by staff. Residents currently living with scabies and infecting each other.
That's like a
23 yellow.
123 yellow unit cover.
320 yellow, 8 minutes out.
gotta go investigate abuse of the elderly in the nursing home.
518 Victor, 5.
That's not.
Cover 123 yellow on Grand Avenue.
25th Street.
Grand Avenue.
It's going to be a brush fire in the area. Fire is requesting to respond. It looks like it's going to be a transient fire.
Let's see what this directions wants us to go.
Last unit confirming you're going to be 122 yellow.
520 pictures
All right, so now we're actually.
23, if I'm not logging in, the 23, I'll just log in.
Cover 123 yellow.
I got trained. See if I was a little ruder and just cut some people off. I wouldn't have got trolleyed, trained.
Green Hill, Cross Street, there's Clinic House Driveway, and John J. Hopkins Drive. Engine 35, 9 Alpha, 9 Bravo. Engine 51, Medical, 7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot, Skyline Drive and South Lowe's End Drive. Engine 51, 7 Echo, 7 Foxtrot.
West 428th Street. There's a.
Come on, trolley, get her done.
Yes, Teddy, that would be a great idea. Get the Burger King crown. They still make those?
Fourth. You know as well, I'll check.
The Santa Fe University.
10. THP is 10-4.
Victor 26 and Martin. 524 Sam. I see the latest update says it's 28th Street.
Okay.
Westbound 94. And
Any day now.
you know as well, I'll check them.
I swear we have like the slowest train crossing rates in the world.
836 unit.
Another unit.
The train went through 10 minutes ago.
Yep.
Hi, Judge 11. We're at scene of a fire tonight for westbound. Approximately 20 by 20.
Ooh.
Fire.
I think my computer's not working right.
Paper.
Engine 11 at the scene of almost a gamma fire. 11 stacking the fire continuing engine 19.
We got ourselves a fire. Almost a campfire. We said 20 by 20. So, you know, that's a little more than a garbage fire, but it's also something they could knock down pretty quick. But we should see real smoke, and hopefully it doesn't get out of control. I mean, stuff's not too dry right now. Everything's pretty moist.
Yeah.
A lot of moisture in the air. So
Either.
it's slightly windy, but I mean, that really, you know, if everything's like super dry, and you get like the howling winds, that's when it goes crazy.
Sorry,
Your fingerprint scanner is now out.
what's that for that?
Okay, well, yeah, we're 5 minutes out, so see, they could have it knocked down.
Chief Tail is around 11 Victor's also en route to cover 415-3722 Arizona. There's a transient that's going through a trash bin, walking in the neighbor's yard.
Did you catch where they said it was exactly? Was it under the bridge? Was it? Well, I think we'll just end up finding out as we get there. But there's
The past 3 weeks, chronic issue going through neighbor's trash bins.
a spot on G Street that I think we've been to before that works for that.
518 Victor, 10-4, nice on the fall.
524 Sam, 1087 as well.
10-4, nice.
937 yellow and rough for the DV 1110 beat 937 14654 coming Hill last one high. Rocky Hills advising that she does have a firearm inside the house and wants unit to be 10 937 yellow. Are you 10 4?
For units around Donecker Street, appears to be no injuries. Female drivers besides a Pacific Islander female in her 60s says she fell asleep. She's in a silver Toyota Avalon. 6 Sam Paul 692.
No more traffic lights. Oh wait, Possibly one more light? No. Okay, it's off.
Negative.
He has those like essentials in the back of his window.
Yeah. We need to see we need to see where you've been.
Yeah.
Just need to focus on where you're going, right?
Yeah, the back window.
The units on fire advised to traffic control.
18 Victor, it looks like it's going to be on the 94 westbound side, so I'm going to move up and see if they need any further PD assistance.
10-4 will be on the westbound 94 side.
I just have it locked on the fire channel here, but I'm gonna open it up. I don't know if they switched to a fire attack channel or what, but
Copy. Cycling power down.
cycling power.
951 Can you show me your traffic control at Highlands Ranch and Blazing Church?
951 Edward. Copy. Pacific Highlands Ranch. And what was the second cross street?
Starlink. In front of Solana Ranch Elementary School.
10-4.
951 you notify shops. I tried resetting the box. It's stuck on northbound green light.
Back up to get on 805 South, I guess.
550 Victor is asking if you need them to stop on the truck on the 94.
No.
Now for a second, it looks like there might be trouble function.
524 Sam.
Why?
94 on ramp from I-28.
I'm not seeing any smoke, so.
Yeah.
Westbound 94 on ramp.
Westbound 94 on ramp 28th Street. Just because the fire engine at the end of the ramp there.
And 951 Edward. I tried resetting the box. It's stuck on northbound green light.
Sounds like it might be a little past 28.
So I had to switch it to flashing red.
28.
Sorry, code 4 on side on line.
So get off of 28.
This email making verbal specimen LPRP and Jean Lovey, white male, 44, 5'11", 205, wearing a dark gray and black shirt with jeans. 706.
Yeah.
See that neighborhood up there?
Yeah.
Cars are unable to merge safely.
Yeah, they've got the on ramp shut down now.
10-4. Is there a PO?
I see. Well, it's out.
Yeah.
I can see where it was. We'll just stop over here.
10-4, 1 minute old.
Go. Further?
7 yellow, if you can cover 526 yellow to the 450.
Yeah, they put these out pretty damn fast.
Is there a male making verbal threats to assault PRP and was verbally aggressive? Jean Lovey, white male, 44, 5'11", 205, wearing a dark gray.
So it's up.
Currently inside of unit 706. RP is a Hispanic,
Too far.
27 black sweater, 5 pants.
150 John. I'm going to record for it.
Okay.
And RP will be waiting inside of
What
the
I'm going to do is do this. Okay.
Getting on 415 at Balboa Park, Spanish Village, 1770 Village Place. Email yelling at staff, stole items from location earlier.
32 Quebec Route.
582 Quebec Temporary.
Kill that. Kill that. Stand by. I'm going to give you guys a picture.
415 at
A
Balboa Park.
memento here.
Between different units following people, black male 20s wearing headphones and a black Iron Maiden shirt.
What was it looking
It's worth walking.
It was Ocean Beach, 056.
There's a fence there.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
Well, if I walk back a little bit. Here.
14 Tom, send me 1 unit on urgent.
All right. Stand by.
Okay, 14 unit. What room is 826 Georgian? Unit 3274. You can go ahead and form me. I'll take care of it.
32 to me, Paul. I think 614 yellow, your discretion.
826 search.
13 Z, get out. 3914, Tom, just confirming that's non-urgent.
Is
Yeah,
that
I'm gonna get out and walk back behind the
okay?
car a little bit because just getting up a
Yeah.
little higher
Okay.
was
Yeah.
a little bit of a view. You'll be able to chat with me through it.
Okay.
So if you want to put me full screen, you
Mhm.
select which one and you hit highlight. Get it?
Okay.
Traffic on the 94 headed towards downtown.
826 George.
814 Baker, I'll give you a sec to a call.
Yeah.
3914, Tom.
1014 unit, 1022.
10-4.
No response in the air. We'll keep the air clear till code 4.
914 Tom, I was talking to the driver. It is not a cover now. Let's just get one unit non-urgent retained, please.
10-4, not a cover now for Othello.
Code 4 with 10.
Code 4. 811 Victor, 10. 10-4.
Yeah, 7.
9 Arizona. 10-4.
520 yellow.
528 yellow.
You can hold this call for notes. Myself and 22 Victor are right around the corner from that 415 at 191 West Beach. You can put us on it and the other units again, 1022.
10-4, 26 yellow and 27 yellow. You can 1022 for West.
Okay, guys, we are parked. Oh, well, we are parked on.
Hospital.
We're parked on 20,
Your room number, but I got a 1022, so I'm not sure.
and let's see.
We are in the hall.
But we don't.
10-4.
25th. Let's see.
10-4.
Unless there's another one a few blocks down at 25th. I think this is the one they're talking about. If they just meant 28.
Please, for the location.
324 yellow.
914 Tom, I'm off with standby 1 second.
324 yellow, what code for here? That other unit's just
Well,
T41 unit, I'm 97.
10-4 on Miramar.
oh, let's hope Bill doesn't get run over here.
324 yellow, coming medical only, transporting the Grossmont Hospital.
40 goes.
1051D, could you show us what that 1016?
10-4 is the 1016.
242 unit, we'll be 8 minutes out for that other 240 unit.
B51C, is there a female unit that can assist us with a search?
Female unit for search first in West B.
Okay. Well, it could have been worse, I guess. Right?
And NPD 51Z on D2 517 yellow advised that they can be en route to wherever you are for a search after they finish up with their current call.
Stand by.
10-4.
That's another freeway. CHP is 10 for a large piece of metal in the roadway.
Okay, so
Via De La Valle.
Third Quebec, we're code 4 with 1 detained.
530.
all right, do you have something different, or was it just going to be the lakeside? I don't know. That's a bit out there, but what do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if we want it. I guess we have to make our way back there at some point. I believe it's the vehicle versus fence.
313 Sam.
But
What's the status off of Othello?
3914 Tom.
3914 Tom, go ahead.
Just checking your status for Othello.
Pretty code 4 for now, just throwing some paperwork stuff
All
out.
right, we are in a bad data area.
Clear code 4 here. You can give CHP disregard, and I'll advise when we can open up the ramp.
10.
At 313, can you 1022 the Chesapeake 459 to Cron?
Confirm.
charging here, so
10-4 Atomic.
451 Black Mountain, calling back.
Okay, about to get accosted by a lawnmower. Okay. Let's see here. Restart something here.
there's not a second a second fire on the 25th. They just got the location wrong.
I don't know. No, well, I think that I don't know how old your message is there, Seti, but I just got back into the chat. So the fire engine just left the side of the freeway there. They're up on kind of partially on the ramp, partially on the freeway, and PD is clearing the ramp, so they're reopening it, which means I could go on it if I want to. So let's just take a look at. I don't think there was more than one fire. I think it was just one. If it looked like there was two, what does CHP have to say about that? CHP doesn't say nothing. So there's just traffic collision on Lakeside or Lakeshore Drive in Lakeside. On the lakes in that description there.
517 Ellie could put me on the call that needs a female unit.
10.
Romeo, code 4.
813 Sam, can I get a free one officer unit to meet 814 unit at the Scripps Mercy ER? Not urgent, please.
Unit to make it a Mercy ER.
Romeo, code 4.
711 Yellow, 10-4, code 4.
811 Victor.
811 Victor, 10-4.
527 John, we're getting an emergency activation.
Getting emergency activation from 527 John. 527 John, are you monitoring Western?
Receiving an emergency activation from 527 John. You monitoring on Eastern?
Emergency activation from 527 John. Unit Rodriguez.
All right, we're going to try to get out of here. If this guy behind me is going to let me out.
Wow, Teddy Web. Yeah, that is exactly what we were just saying, that we've got to head back. We'll get back to East County, or we're going to get stuck down here until 7 p.m.
Yeah, we're already going to get screwed a bit, so.
That's okay, though, yeah. So we'll check out this Lakeside, forget what the call is already. And then
You said it was a vehicle versus fence.
vehicle versus fence, yeah. And we'll be back.
763270 Paul, you can disregard.
East County, so unless something more exciting comes up along the way, but we'll see. Probably just head on the 94.
Thank you.
Station. 529Z, give them out 13M long range.
Right, 30, stand by. 10-4.
529Z, if I can have you start for this 415.
So, was that a crash?
45 14th and Market. Or is it a 415 over a TC? We're on 1183 and one of the vehicles is now trying to hit the RP.
Whoa, what's that?
Show me around. If there's any paper on the crash part, I'll take it.
That's central, which not necessarily the direction we want to go.
596, Quebec 10.
We're code 4.
Other half is going to be a black Honda 6 Mary William George 562. It was a 415 over on 1183, and one of the vehicles is now trying to hit the RP.
You guys can hang out downstairs. Looks like it's
497 on that.
596, Quebec 10. Other half is going to be a black Honda 6 Mary William George 562.
Motorcycle down the lane for the win.
We're code 4.
313 yellow, 10-4 for Fenton Park. Checking. Is there anybody on Eastern with that fingerprint scanner that can
Bad data.
Yeah, sorry.
No response. I'll check citywide.
You do have 6 Mary William George 562.
Add disabled plate, North Charles.
So that was a traffic collision. 1183 is that with minor injuries?
Middle Eastern female late 50s wearing a gray sweatshirt, blue jeans. Some others, a Middle Eastern female mid 50s wearing a white jacket, blue shirt, black leggings. The
And then
RP
the-
here is Carolina.
The guy was trying to hit the person with their car after the accident.
Fingerprint scanner monitoring that can assist with the CC at the.
But I don't see that on Pulse Point.
Eastern's looking for the fingerprint
That's
for Alvarado Hospital. No response station.
Yeah,
Involved called in as well saying that her daughter
Put on Alvarado too.
some 415 over missed rent payments.
Well, they may never come.
There you go.
Cover. It actually looks like the call is just.
Yeah, that's the only problem about doing a daytime. Even though there's more going on, we're bound to be stuck in traffic. But I guess
Very true.
we gotta pay our dues.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, everybody makes a big deal out of traffic, and if you look at the time, the extra time it takes you to go with traffic somewhere, it might only add 10 minutes to your trip or 5 minutes, and it's just, I don't know, it feels like it's forever, but a lot of times it's not that big of a deal.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's me when I was working in Toronto.
Make a 20-minute trip into a 45-minute trip.
I gave them
142 Quebec. Can you create me a 1016 event at my location, please?
It's better than getting a sharp stick in the eyeball, for example, saying.
5600 Mount Alabama.
27 yellow. Did they still need my assistance on that crash?
Yeah, you're good. Hey, Sarge, NTS going to be on our brief nowadays. Next, have a good radio, so he can give you more info if you need it over there.
A 596 Quebec or 529 Z. Do you need more units on that 1186?
5290 negative. We're code 4. 27 yellow. So just confirm 1182. They don't need any paper.
625 yellow, 626 yellow. If you can start for a technical welfare at a 628 3607 Jackdaw. 625 yellow, those units are not. 10-4. There's a recording stating that the owner has taken a hard fall. There's possibly someone hurt in the background having difficulty breathing.
27 yellow. So just confirm 1182. They don't need any paper.
Station.
20 for ZF 488 on your beat, Gerard Gourmet, 7837 Gerard Avenue. Transient male stole some items from the business and is now refusing to leave. He's possibly 5150, white male, 40 to 45 years old, 5'6" to 5'7", thin build, wearing a gray shirt, gray pants. Unit chosen route.
Vehicle is currently occupied by the van driver, and then another member of the van is not into the vehicle. That's pretty much all I know right now. We just have to be in this block.
640, we'll divert this code from Florida and Elko.
623 Sam, can you reach out for?
Getting a check on the northwestern area. It'll be on Ranch Mesquite under the 56.
Okay, I think we might switch to East County radios now. I don't listen to all until I hear something.
Yeah, thank you for all who's watching, and say hi and like and subscribe. Thanks, Eddie. Yeah, we just make it back to East County by 4. Pick up the kid. So yeah.
I would argue that this is not a bad data area. This is just a bad area. Oh, no. I kid. No, I used to live nearby here, so it's not like, Del Mar, but it's livable.
Well, yeah, whenever I tell, someone like I'm from San Diego, they like most of them say like, oh, La Jolla. And I'm like, no, like East County. I mean, they don't know East County.
Yeah, part of the bad data area, I mean, I wish we would keep track of these bad data areas. We'd come back to it at other times because I think sometimes it's just like the time of day on how much signal you get, because, every car on the road is probably either streaming audio, video, or FaceTiming or something.
Charlie level call at 9359 Lamar Street. Respond with Charlie with Delta, 82-year-old female, dizzy, unable to walk.
Reading a book on, listening to a book on tape.
82-year-old female. She says her cat is meowing strangely. It's never meowed like that before.
That is no joke.
Male with white baseball cap standing on the bike. I don't know where that is. Probably that was on CHP Orange, so it was probably going to be in the cities behind us. I don't know where the El Cajon office takes over.
San Miguel for engine 15
Here.
Lamar 257 Charlie call at 9359 Lamar Street. Respond with Charlie 1 Delta, 82-year-old female, dizzy, unable to walk.
Gucci's in news tomorrow night. That's right. So yeah, that's a good. Thank you for that, City. Our usual stream Friday night, Saturday night. We'll schedule it probably tomorrow, but we're usually looking at about 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., 3 a.m., whatever it takes. 220, 221, whatever it takes. And we usually make a pass or two to the gas lamp area and see what bad things are going on in front of what was it, Tempo?
Mr. Tempo, yeah.
Mr. Tempo or Tacos El Gordo.
Yeah, and last time I got out and walked around with the gimbal and a vest. So people probably thought I was like, the like party police or something, like, or a meter maid.
You act like you had an L on your forehead.
Even worse. Yeah. So this time, I'm gonna
We'll see. But
ditch the vest and make a little sign that says like you're on live stream, so people can either jump in front of the camera and talk, or they can jump out of the way.
I think a good gag, maybe we do this for Halloween. One person walks around with a gimbal and a little, sign on their phone that says "You are live," and then behind them you have somebody dressed up as a Grim Reaper, like hold a skeleton hand holding the gimbal, and their phone says "You are dead." That would be. And then you have your choice. You want to go in the live cam or the dead cam?
Yeah.
I think that's a genius idea. I should do it. So, anyways, we usually make a pass or two through the gas lamp. We make sometimes we make a pass through PB, another popular area. Of course, we're always looking for whatever other mayhem is going on. Sometimes we had a helicopter looking for somebody with a gun, or a traffic collision of some sort, or a fight, who knows what, or a fire, house fire, commercial fire, big fire, small fire, dumpster fires, whatever, not medical emergencies. So Friday, Saturday night, that's what we do. And then during the week, sporadic, I would say. We tried it. We've been doing, well, I don't say 100% for the past several weeks. Tuesday and Thursday, daytime. This Tuesday we had a little too many things going on. That's very loud. We had a little too many things going on, and I was also monkeying with the graphics of everything. Please. So we were not ready to stream. We didn't make it out last night, though. Try to make some clips. Just a couple small clips, might even just be shorts, Still trying to work out what's the best formula. How many live stream is obviously the main focus, but do we spend 2 hours after making video clips and shorts? Shorts seem to get a lot of views, but not necessarily like subscribers. I think they're kind of like the transients of the YouTube audience world.
Yeah, and we're also, talking to the various people, stringers that are doing this in San Diego, like obviously 619 Juan, and see, how many collab camps we can get up, and who's interested in kind of like the divide and conquer approach to just capturing everything that's going on. So, but yeah, it's fun.
It's kind of like, though, be respectful of, they are each trying to individually do their own jobs and somewhat compete with each other. But, some of them will stream. Juan certainly does occasionally, but not so sure anyone else is up for streaming, but see if we can talk them into it, and just kind of pop in from a scene somewhere, preferably one that we're not already at. Try to get some coverage that way, so we can be in multiple places, right?
Yep.
Okay, it looks like no surprise we missed this lakeside call. It's cleared, so if it was just a vehicle into a fence, then
Yeah, and as
probably 6 foot height, just based on
and we very much.
There's an ODS on the car that you sent me a picture of for 47 of detail. So, there's a good chance that
how that there's doing something on TAC on like monitoring somebody, but they tend to be long transmissions and
And yeah, we very much appreciate any feedback or input you have how to make our channel what people want to see, don't want to see.
so see the traffic on the 125 south. It's already getting screwed.
the Teodoro, the back ditch,
Able on Western.
truck, south of the left-hand truck. But to me, it looks like it's touched by 2 tons. And it's going to be a size GMC and
Okay. All right. Let me take a look. See where Able is. Zoom in there. Let's see. You can't pan. You can only see.
This one?
Yeah. So, kind of around what would you call that area? Is that Mission Hills?
Yeah.
Crest Mission Hills area. Abel's got eyes on somebody doing something. Yeah, I guess that's something. Here's another strategy. When we get into these bad data areas and it's like we can't even send a picture, we could look at the Able map because that's going to, or the aircraft map, because that's going to be perfectly sharp. It's not subject to our own mobile bandwidth problems at the time.
Yeah.
So like right now,
Street, cross of Broadway, 1 Charlie, 1 Echo, 3.
trying to, it's frozen on this screen here.
Yeah.
Wait for it to start going again. Yeah, this is a okay-ish, the most okay-ish data area.
And Oklahoma Engine 8 and 1496. Medical aid at East County Center. In front of the location, 1527 East Main Street, cross of Broadway, 1 Charlie.
Vehicle out of commission on the 15 near Carmel Valley.
And like.
Yeah, see, sometimes that freezes though, but that's not an indication of our stream too, so it's kind of
1174 Broadway,
problem.
Unit 115,
Crap, yeah.
First Street, 1 Foxtrot 1 Golf.
So here's like real bad data area. So if we give you the aircraft map, you probably still hear us, but now at least whatever you're looking at is nice and sharp. Look at this. Take a look at the yield traffic, since now it's trafficy time. What's our data at now?
Okay.
So at least, would you rather look at a completely fuzzy pixelated picture that's giving you 1 frame a second, or would you rather look at a rando traffic map? That is the question. Oh, does this traffic map even work? Because it's a new one. It's like MapQuest or something like that. Do you see any red on there for like around the 125? For example?
No, yeah, it's all green.
It doesn't even show it? Oh.
No.
So it's a bullshit traffic map. This is the, okay, bring it full circle here around with the jokes. This is the Disneyland traffic map. It's Fantasyland. It's not real. Oh, God.
No one's laughing.
Do you need them back in route code?
Go to Mary's Donuts in Santee.
Oh.
Well, where is that? Is that
14, yeah, let's take further up.
Good.
not the one over here?
There's so few donut shops around anymore. Have you noticed that?
En route to the school since it's during school hours.
I will check. It didn't occur on the school. I guess it occurred outside.
Oh, Carlton Hills Bowl.
614 Victor, go ahead.
14 Victor, I'll switch notes for this guy.
Well, 2950 North, that's the guy, his last arrest was for a gun in December.
Oh, I see it just now. Okay, yeah. Next time when we're in Santee, we shall go there.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think, see what we got here on the board. Emergency response. Oh, that's an elevator. Elevator rescue. Alarm. Broadway and El Cajon.
Can you add me to that last
kind of alarm?
0793 please.
It's a fire alarm. All right. I think that's going to be it for the day. So
we'll just keep eyes on that.
I think we're going to turn around before we get to this, the former car into a fence collision here. But thank you again for everybody in helping with the stream. And now, of course, we've got emergency tone on Central, but that's all the way downtown.
Yeah.
Thanks again for everybody helping out in the chat, giving us stuff to go to, including donut shops. Definitely check that out. What if we did like a stream where every single place they told us to eat, we went and eat until we died? All right. Thanks, everybody.
Okay, yeah, thanks, guys, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Look for that. Subscribe,
Tell your
like,
friends.
comment. Put comments. Seriously, put comments because that actually helps the YouTube algorithms think that we're important.
Even if it's you suck.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Okay, thanks, everyone.
All right. Bye.
Enjoy the rest of your week.